Hello, people. How are you? Let me center my camera over here. Let me see. Okay, should be good over here. All right. Um, how's it going? How's it going? So Nick is here. All of you are betting, and that one guy is here too. I'm so cool. YouTube is here and says hi. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Cool guys here says hi. Sunrise is here and says hi. What's up, guys? How is it going? Good to have you here. And today, what are we going to be doing today? We're going to be continuing the development of the boss, the big guy, and we need a couple more animations. Let me show you what do we have over here. Let's see. Let me get my background removed. There we are. And cool guy says sunrise. It's 9 p.m. for me. Hello. Yeah, we have very different time zones. And sunrise say kind of bad. Broke my finger. Lol. What about you? I'm very sorry. How did you break your finger? And did you go to like get it checked or something? I'm fine. Like I haven't done anything crazy or anything. I'm just as I was the day before. But yeah, what happened to your finger? All right. So here, let's see. This is exactly as it was yesterday. I haven't touched anything really. It's just well, I tried to fix the walking animation because the walking animation for some reason gets a little bit funky. Like it's trying to like get, I don't know, overridden by something else. So it kind of like stops in the middle of it. Let me put this back to normal mode. Let me go into big guy. And yeah, here. And Sunrise, you say, that's good to hear. I was on VR and I smacked it against my door handle. Oh, what a shame. Well, we always learn from our mistakes. So next time you're gonna be a little bit more careful with VR. Well, I haven't when I don't have VR now, but I used to. Well, I didn't have it myself. It was for my brothers. Uh, but yeah, I played VR, and dude, I smacked the controller so bad. Uh, it wasn't good. I didn't hurt myself, but I was very close to. Yeah, so be careful, and I hope your finger gets better soon. And that one guy is like, I'm fine, but I only got 3 hours of sleep. Wow, we're running on just 3 hours. And you say 100% my fault though. I had caffeine before I went to bed because my throat was hurting. Uncarbonating feels so good. Yeah, I'm not going to like judge you or anything. Could be me, like every day of the week. So uh, yeah, I hope it was worth it. The caffeine. And Sunrise to say thank you. You're very welcome. Um, so yeah, this guy is having some problems with the walking animation. I'm not very like it doesn't really matter now. Like I probably will need to look into what's making it be overwritten. Because I quickly looked it up. Like I spent like an hour before the stream looking up why this guy has been like overriding his walking animation, and I don't find the reason. So I'm gonna like look it up with more calmly off stream. But today we are gonna be doing well the smacking animation. So he's gonna like pull both of his fists up and like slam down, and also gonna do like a I don't know, he's gonna like try to kick you or something, like stomping the ground. So in an area, it's gonna like affect whoever is there, and probably just the player. But yeah, on an area. So we're gonna have to do the animations, and we're gonna get to, if we have the time, we're gonna get to actually apply the damage to the player, and then off stream I will take care of actually fixing the the walking animation, which doesn't look very good. So yeah, let's start with the I think the slamming the floor. I think it's gonna be a little bit easier, or easier to see. So let's start with that. And what's happening with what's happening with the avatars? Why is everyone flying? And Sunrise says, sorry, I've got to go. Bye. Have fun. Well, thank you for joining, Sunrise. No problem at all. And take care. And bye bye. See you next time. And Nick to say shenanigans. Understandable. And cool guy to say, you have two pills. The red pill, you are a 3D modeler, but you don't know how to script. The blue pill, you're a scripter, but you don't know how to model, and you can't learn the skill again. I would go with the scripter, to be honest. Like, that's what I like to do, to be honest. So I would only pick it because of that. But it would be a shame to not be able to do anything with 3D. And Lawi Ali 3313 says, hi, what's up, Lawi Ali? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And yeah, blue is literally me. So useful. Yeah, I will program my own 3D software and like program my models or something. Yeah, let's get into this guy here, and we're gonna do. Yeah, we have already defined the stomp and the fist pound. But I think probably we're gonna need two more. Because we're gonna need the stomp setup and the fist bound setup, because both of those are not going to be like automatically going to the animation. They're going to be like having a setup before, so the player can know when they are about to hit him, so he has a little bit of time to prepare to dash away or whatever. And that one guy is say, what kind of scripting? Binary is underrated, to be honest. Yeah, I think, well, whatever scripting, I would keep it. And cool guy say, hey, what happened? What would you take, cool guy? What would you take? And IL is back. What's up, IL? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And you say bad news. Can't stay for too long because homework. Yeah, don't worry at all. Don't worry. Whenever you have to go, feel free to go and do your homework. But but for this time you're staying, thank you for joining. And cool guy say the red pill. I'm too dumb for scripting. Dude, don't say that. Don't say that. Because when I started, I thought I was dumb, but I discovered how dumb I was when I started scripting. Um but yeah, like you just have to be like very patient and like go over the same thing and go over the same thing, go over the same thing and again and again and again and again until you finally get it. And once you get something, you go to the next thing until you conquer mostly everything. And you're always gonna be like learning. So don't need to worry about like feeling dumb because that's how everyone feels when they start scripting, unless you're like a super genius and for some reason you know everything already. Um, yeah, if you really want to see how they all start, you can go to the GitHub repos. All right, so let's do the stump setup. So we're gonna change some things over here. We're gonna do public const int, and it's gonna be stump setup. This is gonna be number 7, and stump is gonna be number 8. Then we're gonna switch this to be 10. The fist pound is gonna be 10. And we're gonna have another one, public const. So public constant int fist pound setup. And it's gonna be number 9. Or the fact I enjoy scripting. Uh yeah, every programmer says that, every single one. And that one guy you should have seen, yeah, my early GitHub projects. And that one guy versus cool guy, who wins? I don't know. You can have a battle with your avatars over there. Uh, let's see. So now that we have these new things, we need to make um the new animations. So let's see. On low stance, well, I want to have low stance here. I'll probably put this. Mm, I'll probably put these things over here because low stance works a little bit different. Doesn't have a setup or anything. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna move this here. First gonna do the case stomp setup break, and here the same thing. So not this case fist pound setup and break. Goofy Guys here says hello again. What's up, Goofy Guy? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Okay, so that's just for the hands. We have to do it for basically everything. So let's do that on. Okay, this is for the feet. I'm not sure if we're gonna do like anything for this. Let's just define the setups, and then we'll see if we actually get to use them for anything. So here, let's do case stump setup break. And where do we have the charge? Or sorry, not the charge, but the fist pound. It doesn't make sense calling it that. Right, because it's like I could call it like fist slam. I think I'm gonna call it fist slam. Fist or fist slam. Setup and fist. I don't know. It doesn't sound so good the other way. The other way. Fist slam. Oh, this way. Fist slam. Because it's gonna like slam the fists towards the ground. So I think it makes a little bit more sense. Let's move on. Yeah, over here, let's define them. So we have our stump. What goes first, the stump or the fist? I think the stump. So let's do case, um, fist, slam, setup, break, and here case fist, slam, and break. And I'm gonna move the setup to be a little bit over here, like before the stump. And why is it throwing me an error? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna see if I do that way. Mm, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Let's just leave this as it is right now. And Cheese is here, says hello. What's up, Cheese? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And cool guy say I can at least me when switch case. And cool guy, what was the world of 87? Say I'm gonna go to the bite of 26. And Goofy guy, you say I literally finally fixed my boogie script right now, so my second enemy works. Awesome, awesome. And Cheese, by the way, dude, I saw your video. I don't know why I wasn't subscribed, but I'm subscribed right now, and I left a like over there. Dude, Ghost of Tabor is super fun, super awesome. Cool stuff on. Good job on the video. And no, that was from Tali, dude. What am I saying? What am I saying? That was from Tali. The one that you, the one that you, the one that you made was the other one, the development one. Well, I also subscribed, so yeah. But I was thinking about Tali's video, dude. I don't know if you have seen it. Uh, but he was playing Ghost of Tabor over here. Yeah, I don't know why what I was thinking about you. Like I think it's because I mix you two guys up because you two guys make videos like the most constant ones at least. So I don't know if you uploaded or over here or not. Dude, why so many messages? Yeah, here. So it was from Tali, not you, Cheese. The you actually uploaded your video like 2 or 3 days before. And too many profiles with my guys and their names. You say Nick, good job, Roman. What? That one guy you say, what even the advantage of Switch case? It looks like if else, but maybe a little cleaner. Is it faster or what? The thing is like you can define default states. Well, that would be like an else. The thing is just not having everything clumped together. And the cool thing is, for example, in this case, if I want to have multiple cases behaving the same way, I can just do for case charge setup and low stance. I want this to happen. You know, so you can mix like put the things together. Um, it's just for order, mainly order. And Drellon Gaming it says I'm back. What's up, Drellon? Welcome to the stream. And Cheese Guy, you said yeah, I'm not making gaming videos. Yeah, I saw you're only making your videos about the game that you're making the about the dimensions. And Swaggy to counter, you say, why is there only one guy watching? Well, if you are on the vertical stream, you can switch up to the horizontal stream where you're gonna get your own avatar showing up, and also you have like a way better layout. And the chat there is where everyone else is. So yeah, if you're on the vertical stream, go to my channel and click the other stream, like yeah, let me show you. You see there are two streams running, the vertical one and the normal one, which is where mostly everyone is. And you get your own avatar and stuff. And we are 3899 says, are you some like Sahir from Legend of Korra? I don't know the characters from Legend of Korra. I just have I know what it is, but I don't know the characters. But welcome to the stream. Mm. Yeah, let me define the other cases for all the other stuff. And cool guy, you said Is the wizard yellow line his eyes or his nose? Yellow line. What yellow line? What yellow line on the wizard? Oh, you're talking about the the eyes? Yeah, they blinking and everything. Those are eyes. The orangey like yellow things he has on his face. Those are eyes. All right. So let's see. Let's go into our script again, and we just have to define the states. Yeah, the big guy was coming over very silently, very sneaky. All right. So we need for the torso. We're gonna do. We have to define low stance, but also let's do case stump setup break. Let's do case. Yeah, case like this. Fists, fists, slam setup break. And now we only have to define the same things for the head. So let's do case, stomp, setup, break, and here case, fist, slam, setup, and break. Now this is not going to change anything. These are just like defining the cases. So in case that we are changing to one of this, we really like can do something, you know, because if we ever change to these states and we really don't have them defined, we're gonna get a bunch of errors. How did the gambling go? Cheese. Uh, did you lose or did you win? I guess with since you wrote how do you call that face? A sad face. It didn't went that well. Really bad. Lost everything again. Yeah, it's very pretty common, but you never have to stop gambling. You can't stop gambling. That's the trick to keep winning. So I'm gonna drop you some stars so you can recover a little bit of currency to keep gambling. All right. Okay, okay. So now, do you see Banana Man? Yeah, we have to post the character and then define uh the the pieces, like where every single piece of the body will be for the animations. So let's first do the header for the one animation we're going to be doing right now. We're going to be doing now the header for um what do you want to do first? Let's do the body or the fist slam first, or the the stomp. What do you say? Feet or hands? Oh, what's that? Dude, I didn't know. Have you ever done that before? I forget something like that even existed. That's pretty cool. That was awesome. I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, you have? Yeah, I forgot how, or I forgot you did that. Or you could do that. Let's see. So we want header for let's do the let's see. Stump. Let's do the stump first. Let's do stump setup. Let's do stump setup, and we have to define a bunch of stuff. I know we probably are gonna move the shoulders, so let's do serialized field, private I don't know if I'll do movements for both of the shoulders, but I will for one. For now, I'm just gonna comment this because I don't know what will I be changing. So let's do the pose first. Let's start with the posing. These guys say stole my funny joke. The one about hug hug your dad. Dude, I didn't understand that yesterday until I saw the messages on Discord. Like yeah, invalid. Yeah, hook requires a valid target. And that one guy, I stole it. Just like how I stole hate from Nick's pipes. Most gal Roman stream, to be honest. Yeah, very very cool. All right. So yeah, it's like the most normal streams are either people are stealing internet cable from each other, or they're like sorting my sneakers for some reason. Like they just like sort sneakers or something. Okay, let's make the stump charge. And Nikki Shots says, "What do you think of Epstein Island case? What should I think about it? Well, uh, bad, very bad. Boohoo, don't like it. I don't know if you want to go into that a deep dive. I'm not the guy for that. But welcome to the stream. All right, let's see. So we want to pause here, and dude, I need to make sure that I don't lose the progress this time because yesterday we bunched a lot of progress on the posting just because I didn't pause the project correctly. But now we should be good. We should be good. So let's get into the big guy and let's see. So for we're doing the stumping. So this guy should like stand on one leg. Yeah, let's make it stand on one leg. And probably the torso is going to be a little bit rotated. So let's do the torso rotation first. The torso rotation is going to be a little bit like over here. Let's I don't know if minus 10 could work. Also or so when you're like doing whatever you're doing, you're gonna have to like compensate the weight with your like body, you know. If you're, for example, if you were to um go, I don't know, from here, you're like standing over here, you're probably gonna be compensating your weight with your hands so you don't fall back, you know. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this guy. Let's make it super exaggerated. So let's see, let's do a minus 30, or no, probably minus 30 is a little bit too much, but let's do minus 20. And yeah, minus 20, and we have to compensate with the shoulders. So shoulder R or shoulder L and shoulder R. Let's see. We would need to move them over here. So maybe minus 35 or something similar. Let's put the hands to. Mm, let's put the hands a little bit rotated like this. Let's yeah, grab the hand over here and let's make it like face this way, a little bit like this way. Instead of minus 15, we're gonna do like 15. Instead of, yeah, we're gonna do like 15. And we want to lift one. Actually, I could look up a pose for it to be like a little bit more accurate. But yeah, for now, let's just keep it this way. This guy say Muay. What's with the Muay? And that one guy say, make big guy do absolute cinema, please. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Let's see. Let's grab the. We're gonna need to straighten up his shoulders. Let's do what? Something like this. And both hands need to be a little bit like this, and let's do this one first, and like that. Yeah, this one. uh, this one here. And let me unselect this so you can see this clearly. Clear. There we go. That's close. Close enough. And make it so if we made him do the Fortnite dance, it would be cool. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. The Fortnite dance would be too much for him. Because I would like actually need to animate it. It would be so painful to do an animation like that. Let's see. Let's roll it back to what it was before. Like that, I think. Yeah. And let's put the shoulders back to where they were. So this is stumping. He's gonna be probably the torso should be a little bit like more forward, probably. He's gonna standing. He's gonna be standing with one feet or 1 foot. Let's do 0.75. I think he could be a little bit more up on the Y too. Up on the Y. Let's do 0.15. Absolute cinema, but it would be cool. Yeah, it would be cool. Not gonna lie. Yeah, let's see. So now we need to grab which feet is he gonna use to do the stomping? Because I think it's gonna be like mainly just one feet, not both. Like it's always gonna be one. So since which one would I do it with? Probably with the right foot. Which one would I stomp with? Yeah, the right foot. Let's do the right foot. Let's do foot right. We're gonna make it closer to the body, probably. Yeah, closer to the body, maybe 4, minus 0.4. Let's do a little bit of rotation on the handler over there. Um, well, I think that post is like, I'm not sure. I don't think it's good enough. Let's do a 0.5. 0.5 over here. And probably take the torso handler a little bit over here, like just more like forward, you know? And he's gonna be standing like this for a little while, and then he's gonna like do the stomping. So here, how does it look? I think we can maybe make the other feet like rotate a little bit. Like let's do boss foot L. Let's make it rotate a little bit. Like I don't know, 15 makes sense. Looks a little bit weird, don't you think? Maybe it's because of the foot is not this one, but the other one. Maybe it's too shouldn't be like that far from or that close to the body. Let's do 0.8 maybe. 0.8. And we should still like need to this needs to be evident. So let's see what's the regular foot R number. Yeah, whatever that is. Let's do it -1 maybe. And we're just gonna rotate it then. We're just gonna rotate it. Let's do the rotation. It's gonna be -60, like that. Okay, so I think that's gonna be our pose for. Well, actually, we could exaggerate it more. Like this needs to be super evident, and I know, probably in real life this wouldn't be this way because you will like fall over. Um, but this is not real life, so we can experiment. So let's pull the shoulders. Let's make the shoulders a -40, 45, or -40. Because I was also thinking maybe we could put his hands over like back, you know? We could put his hands back so he does the stomping like with his hands. Yeah, you're not gonna see me. I would have to do the full camera. Um, but yeah, what do you say? Because I'm not actually I'm not very convinced about the hands over here. Like it needs to be pretty evident. I think with the hands over here, it's a little bit better. Let's do that. And Drugs Fable says, romanleco, try to add like lightning spell or like tornado spell. Something like this would be cool. We have one that uses lightning, so we do stun. Like yeah, the one that we have for like electricity, we already have one like that. You're talking about like purely like them, or electricity, because we have one that does electricity damage. And welcome to the stream, Grog's Fable. By the way, welcome, welcome. Uh, you say, Nick, they should be up, like slam the ground with it. If it's his design, the you say the hands, Nick. You're talking about the hands. Oh, stream avatars on short again. Okay, let me put it back to normal. Let's see. So, yeah, Nick, were you talking about the hands or what? And I think I can make the hands be like this probably, -15 or -30 over here. Yes, the hands. All right. So only the hands or like the full shoulder? So you say, because I could do the hands like over here, but yeah, I guess you're talking about the shoulders. Let's make it be -60. Mm, Having the hands up and slam them with the stump, it would fit. Um, yeah, but this one is gonna be like just stomping with the feet. We're gonna do the other one where he like actually lift his hands and does the ground slam later. But yeah, let's keep it like this for now. And if we don't like it, then we can change it. But let's do. What about the hands? How should they be? Let's do a little bit of rotation over here. Maybe like this. Let's do 40 over here. Let's do 35. 35 over here. Yeah, I actually don't know about that one. Let's do 30. Yeah, the avatars are not spawning. Weird. And Nikki say, yeah, two similar animations aren't gonna be annoying to fight. Indeed, still shorts. Um, yeah, I did change it. Like I just changed it. Um, let me disconnect and reconnect again. Yeah, at this point, like I uh, can is there a way to contact these guys? To contact the creators of stream avatars, so I can like tell them about what we're experiencing here? Because I don't know if they are aware. They could be aware and don't really care. Okay, I think now you guys should be able to spawn. Yeah, let's see, let's see. Yeah, you know what? You just said it. We it's gonna be a little bit annoying if it's like hard to know where or what attack you're gonna be getting. So the hard distinction between one and the other could be that the stumping makes the hands go back. So when so since the other will have to have the hands up, it's gonna be like more distinguishable. Um, yeah, we could try that, or well, the hands are gonna be like, wait, well, yeah, let's try that because I don't want confusion. Even though it doesn't look bad, the hands up. Let's see, because we don't want to confuse the player. We want to be like super clear because you're not gonna have that much time to react. You say Roman's alone. Yeah, I don't know what is it about it, but I can't really. Yeah, if it were to show you, I can't really show you this. Let me see if I. No, it doesn't let me. But I can put this here. Now you should be able to spawn again, or this way. Okay, let's see if now works. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna disconnect it and put it on the vertical stream. So it maybe picks it up then. And even if it doesn't, I restart it again and put it back to normal. I don't know. Yeah, because I don't see you guys turning up. So probably I'll just disconnect it. Let me disconnect once again. And now when I connect, I'm gonna connect to the vertical one. So you shouldn't be able to spawn. Like you shouldn't be spawning right now. And this is just like in hopes that if I disconnect it again and reconnect it to the normal one, it picks it up. Otherwise, I'll have to restart the vertical stream. Let's do connect over here. Now, will it work? And Chivan, you say, are you streaming on another platform too? Well, I have two streams running, one vertical and one horizontal. If you are on the horizontal, or sorry, if you are on the vertical one, like the one that shows up on shorts, go to the other one. It's like it has a way better experience. Um, yeah, I think I'll need to restart the vertical one. So if you are on the vertical one, Chivan, and welcome to the stream by the way. If you are on the vertical, it's gonna like basically go down, but I'm gonna reset it. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna restart the horizontal one. Let me end the stream over here. I'm gonna stop sending data on the vertical. Let's end here. And before we do anything, Let's end over here. And you say it's Chi Van. Okay, okay. Got it, got it. Okay, I want to dismiss. Let's connect the stream avatars. Now, could you try typing something so you can appear? All right, all right. Now we are good. Let's schedule the stream, reuse settings. This date 34, right? Yeah, I think it is 34. So let's do next, next. Wherever time, let's make it public. Done. And if I go over here and start sending data, yeah, finally, finally, finally. And if I start sending data over here, mm, yeah, now I can go live. Okay, I'm live. Cool. Can we see both streams here? This one's scheduled. It's probably gonna show up in a little bit. Okay. So now, going back to this guy, let's put the shoulders back over here. Let's do, I don't know, 100 and 100 over here too. Maybe not 100, but let's say 50, or yeah, let's try 50. And Murder World is here. Says what's up. How is it going? It's been a while. How is it going, Murder World? It's a pleasure to have you here. Yeah, holy big boy golem. Yeah, we have a big golem over here. It's gonna be our first boss for this game. So here, shoulder L. Let's do. I think it was like 50 or something. On the other hand, uh, and it needs to be like balanced. So let's see where. I think over like 65 or 62.5. Let's do 65. 65 over there and 65 over here. And Murder World, you say, been a while. I know, I know. Pleasure seeing you too. Uh, oh yeah, it has been. How have you been doing? And that one guy you say, didn't you say you'd do a gaming stream the last week of 2025? I think you said that. I don't know though. I think I did. I think I did say that. Like we would do something and then I disappeared the last week. Um, but we could do something. We need to do something. Like you need to hold me accountable. You need to spam me and don't let me go until I do the something. And Murder World, you say this is a battle royale magic game, right? It's not a battle royale, but it is a magic game. It is a magic game, and we're currently working on animations for our boss over here. You are this guy, by the way. This guy over here. This is you. And I'm not. I can't show you the game right now because I'm like posing the character so it can be animated. Um, but yeah, this is what we're working on right now. And Cheese is like, all right, I have to go. Bye. Well, thank you very much for joining, Cheese, and I'll see you next time. Take care, and bye bye. All right, so here we put the shoulders on 65, and let's do the hands. Let's do the hand rotation. Could it be? I don't know. I could probably put the shoulders a little bit closer to the body. Oh, not that way, but rotate them like that, like maybe minus 15 and 15 on here. And Say Murder World. I could try and think of an ability for this guy. Bosses always needs a special ability. Uh, yeah. So this guy or this guy is gonna have three abilities for now. He's gonna do like a charge, and Martin LR says hello. What's up, Martin? Welcome to the stream. And yeah, so this guy is gonna have like charges. He's gonna like charge at you, very quickly. And after three charges, he's gonna like going to a low stance, so you can whatever hits you deal while he is like staggered, basically you're gonna deal more damage. Also, when he gets close to you, he can either do a fist slam, like slam the ground with both fists, or um stomp the ground with his feet. So that's what we're making right now, making him do right now. Right. So what happened with YouTube? Nick, why did you say Judith's great? All right, let's see. So I probably will make the hand be, well, the hand R. Let's move it around over here. Let's make it zero on the X. Mm, zero on the X, and maybe a little bit opened. So minus 20 or 30, minus 20, 5. Let's do minus 25. Let's do minus 25, and here we're gonna do minus 25 too. And the rotation over here needs to be a little bit different. So what rotation do we have over there? It's gonna be 90 over here. And Murder World, you say you could give him a boulder throw for aerial attack. Yeah, that would be cool, to be honest. That would be cool. Let me put your comment over here on I don't think I have Notion open. Let me see on feedback. Um aerial attack for big guy. And I just put it in feedback and not straight to not straight to the task, just because I want to have version 0.2 this week. And there we go. All right. And that one guy to say, and Nick to say, is protecting me from being attacked. And that one guy say you should add Octon, Octonitrocubane to Wizard game. Maybe even Hepano. What are those? Are those Pokemons or something? And Martin LR, you say, I just really want to have moderator. I want to see how it is, but you don't have to give me it. If you want, you can. You don't have to. You never do, but oh yeah, I subscribe. Well, thank you, Martin LR. I won't give you moderator because I had bad experiences before giving moderator to people, so I'm not going to do it. But thank you for the subscription anyway. Yeah, he already has a name, Murder World. He's big guy. And well, the player can't be airborne now, but we'll see in the future. And Big Shell Official says hi. What's up, Big Shell? Welcome to the stream. How is it going? All right. So let's see. Let's put it on here, and or let's put this here, and do we want a little bit of rotation for this hand? Like maybe here, maybe. Yeah, it wouldn't look that bad to have a little bit of rotation, because it would, if it had elbows, it probably would rotate a little bit like this. Let's do minus 20 over here, like that, and then it's gonna like do. I think this is like a proper setup for before the stomping. In Murder World, you say his name could be Undead Golem, though. Uh, if we ever have like an another type of golem that is like more, because we have like kind of zombies or like green guys at least. We could name it differently for sure, and we could have like different types of golems later. If we ever end up making like a kind of undead golem, it's gonna be like, or it could be like undead big guy. I don't know. And Kumud, you say, "What's up? What's up? What's up, Kumud? Welcome to the stream. How's it going, dude?" And you say, "Working on animations." I see. Yes, exactly. We're working on animations. Big Cell official, you say you should make a Discord. Well, we have a Discord. It's yeah, it's exactly as Nick said. It's on the description of the stream. You can check and see the Discord server. And dude, I haven't configured the bot to make like put the Discord in the chat every set amount of seconds. But I need to do that. I need to do that. I was gonna do it on the weekend, but I don't know why I couldn't. Like it was my weekend was not the best. But yeah. And Murder Wolf, you say what other enemies you adding? I for now we just have like 6 enemies, and we're probably gonna have like I don't know how many, but I want to have a lot of them. Like you have variety for like fighting. Say what's the game? Well, let me. I would need to store these values. I would need to store these values. But basically, you're this guy over here, and some zones are going to appear. You need to go there and defeat some enemies. And the main thing about this game is like you do arrow combinations. Like let's say up, left, left, up is gonna give you a fire spell. So you need to go to some zones and defeat enemies. But for now, we're just doing animations, and I don't want to lose this. So let's get into store or animation, if we can call it that. So let's see on the head, because maybe the head should be a little like slightly tilted, like this, maybe five would be good, like slightly tilted, because this guy doesn't have that much um head rotation. Like he can't rotate a lot, and he's gonna like get his head a little separated from him. But yeah, I think that's all right. And community say, how's big guys charge attacks? Is it working? I think it is. It is. Let me. I have to store the values for this animation here, and then we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you how they're working, because I can't. If I were to show you now, I would lose the pose that I have here, and I need to store the pose before we move on. And Bambrumit7887 says, "Hi, what's up, Bambrumit? Welcome to the stream. How's it going?" And Nightplay UX says, "I thought you were Cristiano Ronaldo." I know. I don't know who would confuse me with Cristiano. But all right. Welcome to the stream, Nightblade. All right. So let's see. We want to store what? We want to store the shoulder rotation. So we can store both. Let's store here. Let's store the hand, or let's do shoulder. Let's call it shoulder. Shoulder L is gonna be for what? For stomp setup, and we want to store the rotation, and it's gonna equal to new vector tree, and we need to assign the vector tree, and we need to make sure that we are specifying what this is. Now we're gonna do the same for the right shoulder. What else do we need to save? We need to save the torso rotation. And yeah, let's save it here. Let's do serialized field. Well, I'm not actually sure if we're gonna be needing to store the whole thing, or is this gonna be one rotation? And Kumo to say, don't lose that post, bro. The pain of doing that all over again will be high. Yeah, I'm not losing it, losing that. And Nightblade, you say, hi. So what are you doing? Currently, I am animating this character you see over here, and this is gonna be like one part of the piece. Like this is basically he's gonna like stomp the ground with one of his foot, and this is just like the charge before doing the stomping. So I need to store those values so I can use them in an animation. And that one guy you see, I feel like this is not a great way to do this. I feel like Blender would be better. Um, yeah, the thing is, like making animations in Blender would be actually easier. The thing is, importing them and playing them when you should, and that's the hard part really. Like making them play when they should. Which if you're just using the normal animation system with Unity, it sucks bad. Like I hate it. So yeah, that's why we're making it like this way. And it's about drive. It's about power. He stays hydrated. He devours. And Nepal is here. Says, "What's good, Roman and Drew? What's up, Nepal? Welcome to the stream. How's it going?" Let's just look like the Sonic almost living animation. Yeah, we're gonna do some animations. We're gonna do some. And Nightblade to say, is your channel family friendly? Mostly, mostly. But if you're not like, I sometimes say words that are not like that happily friend or family friendly, but mostly I would say. If you don't like not non-family friendly words, I'm sorry. But yeah, sometimes. Okay, so here, let's do serialized field, private, and it's gonna, well, we need to be like, make sure that we are storing this where we should. Let's go to torso handler, and we're just modifying the X. So I think we could store like just the X rotation. Let's do floats, and we're gonna do torso. Then it comes the stump setup, so the name of the animation, and it's gonna be X rotation, and that equals to, I think it's 30. Happy hump day. What's happy hump day? Uh Nepal, what is it? And that one guy you say, I low key almost have 100 hours in Geometry Dash. Wow, that's a lot of hours for not a long time. And Puntapan, you say, yo, the Goblin looks nice. Well, thank you for that. I think it does. And welcome to the stream, Puntapan. Welcome. And Kumut saying, you say, I'm gonna leave for now. Might be back. My math teacher won't leave the homework alone. Mine, I'm sorry. Yeah, don't worry about it, Kumut. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you next time. Take care and good luck with the homework. For some reason, they call it Wednesday. I don't know where it originated. It's a long running meme. All right. Okay, so we also need to have a serialized field, private, and this is gonna be torso charge. No, not charge. Torso. I was reading the other thing. Torso stump setup. Um, set movements. So that's for moving ourselves forward, and I think this is gonna be like 0.75, I believe. Now for our shoulders, we're storing everything. We need to store the same thing for our hands. So let's do serialized field over here. Serialized field, private. Um, let's do a vector. Let's store the whole thing. Vector 3. And Mijo is here and says an hour late, but I'm finally here. What you all been doing? What's up, Mijo? Welcome to the stream. And Hamza Action Games says hi, bro. Hi. What's up, Hamza? Welcome to the stream too. So we are doing an animation for or guy over here. So we're gonna have like two animations happening for the stump. We're gonna have like two more attacks. And each of those are gonna have like two stages. So we need to do like four poses, you know? So this is the first pose for the stumping. So it's gonna get like there and then it's gonna like stomp the ground. So that's what we're doing. And Memes Club 26 says, Yo, what's up, Memes Club? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And by the way, for the people that are on the vertical stream, like the one that shows up on shorts, you're gonna have a way better experience. And also, you're gonna get your own avatar that you can customize if you join the horizontal stream. And you can do it by clicking the channel. And in the channel, you're gonna have two streams showing up, which is gonna be the vertical one, which you probably are in, and you're gonna have the normal one, which has like a better layout, and you also get your own avatar to show up. So yeah, if you're on the vertical, I would suggest you go to the horizontal one. And Memes Club, you say, I'm no games. Who left you before a year? Remember me? Yeah, I remember you. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome, welcome. It's good to have you here. It's been a long while. But yeah, I remember you. Welcome. How have you been doing? I hope you have been fine. And Mijo, you say, I see the vision. And Netboy say I'm gonna be lurking and gambling. Well, go on. That's the best thing you can do here. And that one guy is say, where is this game set in? Like state, country? We don't have like lore or anything defined, so I'm open. I'm open to ideas. Let's see. Let's also store the hand L. Stump setup rotation equals new vector tree, and we're gonna do the same basically, but for the other hand. So let's do R, and I guess I could only have like one vector stored and modify which one is gonna be like rotated negatively or positively depending on which arm it is. But I'm just gonna store the values like it should be. Uh, all right. So what else do we need to save? I think we need to save here, serialized field, private float. This is gonna be um fit L, fit L rotation set. Yeah, stump setup rotation, or is this gonna be on the X? I think X rotation, and I have to be like super clear. And I think this is 25. I have to be super clear with the variables because we can have like multiple rotations for or torso or hands or shoulders, whatever they can be rotating to. They're gonna be each handling rotations, and they're all gonna be like depending on different animations. So we need to make sure that we use correct naming. And Noob, you say, Noob Games, you say, I'm good. And by the way, your game looking clean. Dang. Well, thank you very much, and I'm very very glad that you're good. Um, Also, the game that we have over here, I would show you more, but we're like currently in the middle of a pause here for animation. So if I were to show you the game, we would lose a little bit of progress here. So I don't want to lose anything. But as soon as we can get over, like we can store these values here, I'm gonna show you more of what we have going on for like the game, what the game is about, and also here I need to store serialized field private float. This one is going to be for head X rotation, I think. So it's going to be head stump setup X rotation, and it's going to be like 5, I think. So let's do that, and now let's go for the shoulders. Let's go for the shoulders. Let's do. Yeah, we have for the head 5, for shoulders. It's gonna be 65 minus 15. That's for the left one. For the left one, there's gonna be 65 minus 15, and this is gonna be at 0. The said one is gonna be at 0. Then for the right shoulder, I think this one is gonna be like 65-15 positively. Um, but let's check it. Let's check it anyway. And the thing I was saying before, since these values are basically the same, but the y is negative on one and positive on the other, I could just use the same vector for both and just make sure that for R I use positive and for left I use negative. But we'll see about that. We'll see. Now for hand L stump setup rotation. Hands. Let's go to the hands. Hand L is going to be minus 25, minus 90, 20. Here, minus 25, minus 90, minus 90 and 20. Was that it? Yeah, I think that was it. Now for the other hand, we have minus 25, 90, minus 20. So it's minus 25, 90, this time positively, and minus 20. So it's, yeah, just using negative values for the right. And I need to make sure that we are on the right. Yeah, we are. So the other values should be stored. I don't think we need to store any other value. Um, yeah, let me check. I don't think so. That's everything. So now I can show you more of what this game is about for the people that don't know what we're doing here. So now we can unpause and I can show you exactly what this game is about. So yeah, we're just making animations for this boss that we have over here, which is not finished at all, not finished. But your objective on this game is like getting to these parts over here, like getting to these zones, and you have to do arrow combinations to select spells. So for example, down, left, left is gonna give you a basic magic projectile spell, but you also have other stuff like the fireball, which is gonna make damage over time, you know? You have the ice bomb, which is gonna slow down enemies, and I think I need to, if I want to show more spells, I'll need to go to another zone. So yeah, after you beat a zone, you need to go and destroy that cube, and that's gonna make other zone appear. And this guy is just following me because he doesn't know, or he's not like tied to a zone. He's just like roaming there. But yeah, if I... Oh, I forgot. This guy can't spawn. Well, we also have the chain lighting, which does like a stun. I don't know if it works that way, that good with this guy, but yeah. We have the ice bomb. That should slow him down. I don't know if it does. And we have like basically the fireball here. The normal magic projectile. Yeah, there's two because in the last round, I don't know if you remember, but we made that on the last round of each zone or of each wave, the boss will spawn. Yeah. So let's see. Let's make the animation happen actually. So this is all the values registered. We just have to call them in their appropriate places. So let's go let's go with the hands first, I think. This is for the feet. Let's go with the hands first. So on stump setup, we need to grant the handler, which would be the shoulder, hand handler L, and we're gonna do local rotate, and also we need to specify the time because all the animations needs timing or need timing. So let's do serialized field, private float, and it's gonna be stump setup anim time, and I'm gonna make it, I don't know, 0.25 seconds. And Dipsonov says, "Yo, I'm a gamble again. What's up, Dipsonov? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? How is it going?" Um, all right. So here, yeah, we're gonna do 0.2. So it's gonna stay like that for a little while, and then he should go towards like doing the stumping. So let's see. Let's do this first. Do local rotate over here. Do local rotate, and it's gonna be the shoulder left stump setup rotation. We're gonna use the stump setup animation time. I'm gonna do set ease out quad. Most of the animations here are using out quad because I want to make them like basically as when they're getting closer to the final destination, they are gonna try to slow down as they're getting close. Now for hand handler R, basically, or right shoulder, we're gonna do the shoulder right stump setup rotation. And the same thing for the hands. Let's do hand. And Alex is here, says hello, romanleco. What's up, Alex? Welcome to the stream. How's it going, Alex? And Dipson of you, so yo, I got a jackpot. Awesome, awesome. Dipson of. And Miho will say, I'm a gambler, but I'm gonna be a good Samaritan and gamble silently. And Alex is say, can I call you Romano for short? Yeah, go ahead. No problem with that. Actually, some people like IRL have. No one calls me Romano, but some people have. So it's not that uncommon. All right. So, and by the way, like in Spanish, Romano, it's the same as Roman. Like people from Rome would be like Romano, you know. So it's like it translates to Spanish. All right. So let's do hand L, and we're gonna do local rotate. Do local rotate, and we want to have the hand L stomp setup rotation and stomp setup animation time. And here set ease out quad like that. And we're gonna do the same for the other hand. So over here, hand right and hand right. It should be good. The hands should be good. You always say roaming leak. Oh, yeah. I think that one is gonna be a little bit harder to say, but I get it. Roaming leak. Oh, and Alex, you say, Romano, my Parliament section 1 is gonna be done. All I need is to mirror it. But I run out of concrete blocks in section 2, and 3 are gonna be super hard. But the others are like copy and paste. All right, all right. Well, feel free to share that on the Discord server if you feel like sharing it, and so we can all see like what you're working on. And that one guy you say, you know that person that wanted to collab? I think he's coming, to be honest. And there's another who name was Tony, but ended the email with Alan. Very weird. Um, yeah, he's coming. In what way is he's coming? In what way? Like I trust you, but in what way is he coming? I'm just curious. Um, okay, so here we're done with the hands. Let's go to the feet because we just need to make the feet or well actually Actually, I think. Oh, I didn't store. I didn't store the feed rotation. I didn't store the feed rotation. But here let's do. I know the feet L, the one that's on the ground, is gonna be like having a. I think it was like a 15 of rotation, and I think the feet right serialized field private. I think I remember this float or yeah, it was float fit right or fit handler. Yeah, I think it was the fit handler right. Stomp setup setup X rotation was like 90. I think. I think we can check that up. And WD Gaster says hello. What's up, WD Gaster? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And my clan flag has been done. Awesome, cool stuff. And that one guy you say just seems very weird. He also like says, "Let's collab." I respond, "Sure." Ghosts me, then says, "Let's collab" like 5 times. Has he DM'd you? If he has DM'd you, like I don't know, very weird behavior. Because I haven't gotten the "Let's collab" message. What you can do is like no email, on email. All right, all right. Mm, yeah, that's what you said. Yeah. Um. Well, if I were you, I would just block him. But very weird. Which user is he on? He's on Discord, right? Well, it doesn't matter. Well, I would just block him. That's what you can do, right? My email is on my GitHub, so that's why. All right, all right. Yeah, you block him. Yeah, some people are. If you have like your email or stuff like available for other people, like you're just gonna get contacted a lot or like try to get scammed. I don't know how, but for at least the email that I have exposed on my channel, I haven't gotten like any. Well, not yet. I haven't gotten any sort of like message from like anyone basically. But that tends to happen. All right, so let's see on our fit states actor on stump setup. Let's do on foot L. Let's do local rotate. Nick, you say I signed you up for some spam promotions if you want company. No, no, no. I don't want that. Yeah, if you want, we can do a battle royale if you want. Battle royale, and let's gamble hard. We're gonna go for 200 this time. And Nick, you say I did a thing and I'm back. I don't know why I'm asking. I know what we're doing. Yeah, we're doing the animation, but yeah. Okay. And Robinator1103 says, "How's the game coming?" What's up, Robinator? Welcome to the stream. It's going well. It's going well. We're currently working on an animation for or Golem over here. Let me show you. Uh, yeah, for this guy over here. Yeah, let's wait for this to load. But yeah, the guy that you see over here. We have some animations for like when he gets to do a charge. But we want to do like 2 more attacks, so we are doing the animations for that, you know? And we need to like tweak this a lot so it feels impactful. And Pejakov says hi. What's up, Peter? Pejakov, welcome to the stream. How is it going? All right, all right. So let's go in here, and we want the left foot to rotate like this. So we're gonna use vector 3. Oh, vector 3 dot right over here, and we're gonna multiply this with the feet left stump setup X rotation. So that's it. And we're gonna do this in a time of stump setup animation time with an ease of out quad. So set ease out quad like this. And we need to animate the other. Well, it's gonna be the foot handler R that do local rotation or do local rotate, and it's gonna be, I think, vector 3 dot right. So it's gonna be 1 on the X, 0 on the Y, and 0 on the Z, and we're gonna multiply that with feet handler R stop setup rotation with a time of stump setup animation time, and we're gonna do the same set ease dot out quad like that. And Petar, you say you're good. Well, I'm very, very glad, Petar. And who won? Who won the Battle Royale? That one guy won it. Won the Battle Royale. Awesome, awesome. And no, I died. Good. Unfair. And that one guy, you say, what's your favorite easing method? I like in-out exponential. Well, depending on what I'm doing, I do like in-out exponential. I would do it for mostly anything. But if I want things to be like very snappy, I want to start without ease and adding the easing as we are getting close. So basically out quad. But for everything else, my favorite, I would say, it's in out exponential too. And Mijo, you say I left for a minute and a battle royale happens? Shaking my head. All right, all right. Yeah, it wasn't the best timing for you, Mijo. All right. So let's see. We have this for the feet. We have for the hands. Let's do the head and the torso. Let's start with the torso. So on stump setup, we want the torso. Let's do torso handler to do local rotate. And we're gonna do torso stump setup X rotation. So since it's an X rotation, I want to multiply it with a vector 3 that right. So 1 on the X, 0 on the Y, and 0 on the Z. And we're gonna do stump setup animation time. Yeah, that. So we want to multiply this, use that time, and set ease out quad. And Tiran N2BUV says, well, sends a waving emoji. What's up, Tiran? Welcome to the stream. And you say, what are you coding? I'm coding an animation for or boss that we have over here on this magic game that I'm making. So yeah, we're just making an animation for this guy over here. Let me show you what the game is about, so you have a little bit more context on what we're doing. So basically, this guy only has a couple of animations, and we're adding more. So adding to his functionality. And this game is about going to these areas that you see right here. Like you see that kind of bubble, that yeah, kind of like a red bubble. You get into those places, and some enemies are going to start appearing. So when you have enemies appearing, your objective is gonna be beating them, and you can use multiple spells to do that. So we have, or for example, if you put, or if you type down, left, left, you're gonna get the basic magic projectile, which doesn't have like any element attached. But yeah, it's just that. You're just your regular um, magic projectile. Then up, left, left, up is gonna give you fire projectile, which is gonna burn enemies, so it does damage over time. You also have an ice bomb, which is gonna slow down enemies and do damage on an area. And the last one that we have is the chain lighting one, which is like down, left, down, down, left, and it's gonna stun enemies. So yeah, this is what we're making, and we're currently working on our boss that we had over there. I don't know where he is. Yeah, he's over there. Oh, I wasn't able to get there. But yeah, he's over there. And we need to keep improving on him. And Dipson, if you say, dang it, I'm so broke. Maybe if I had not gambled, I would have more money. I'm a gamble more. That's the spirit. That's the spirit, this Dipsonov. You won. You won 10 from the slots. Awesome. All right. Let's get back into this, because we were right into the torso. And Tiran, you say, is it a Steam game? It's gonna be a Steam game. Currently we're very early on the development, but probably, I don't know, at the end of the year or next year, we plan to put it on Steam. So tell me, Tiran, are you also into game development or maybe other type of programming, like, I don't know, AI, websites, robotics, or maybe into the arts? I don't know, 3D modeling, 2D art, music. I don't know. Tell me. And okay, so we have the torso handler rotating that way, and we're gonna have the torso handler do move. So it's gonna be do, I think it's do local move on the set, and we're gonna use an citrial or citrial pumpkin. Says hi, you admin. Well, welcome to the stream. I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I hope you excuse me. You're a boner. I don't understand what you're saying. Citrial pumpkin. You're cool and guys. You don't free a boner. Uh, I don't understand. I speak English. I think you're like using English too, but there's some parts that I don't understand. All right. So yeah, we want to use the torso charge. No, not charge, but setup. It's gonna be stomp setup, set movement, and we're gonna do the stomp setup animation time, and we're gonna set ease out quad like that. Tiran, you say I don't code, but mods to games are very interesting to me, and I hope to make a game one day. Well, awesome. Well, if you're already like interested into modding, I think you'll get a lot from that. And when you actually go into making a game, you're gonna make your life a lot easier. So tell me, have you started like learning how to program, or you're just getting into it? Nick, you say there are plenty games already made, bro. Yeah, that's true too. And Interesting Cat Penny says, "What are you coding, bro? What's up, Interesting Cat Penny? Welcome to the stream. Um, I am making this magic game over here. Let me show you. So we're just working on animations for our boss over here, because this boss needs to have a bunch of animations for attacking, and it has like multiple attacks. So for example, the one that we have is this one where he gets basically into a squat and he launches at you, but still needs a lot of tweaking. And Gruxfable, you say, sup, did you already did golem animations fully? No. This takes a lot of time. We're just on the first animation out of 4. So Arno, probably in this stream, we're gonna hopefully get to make the 4 animations. Hopefully. And that one guy say C sharp's too easy. I'm gonna move to binary. Well, good luck with that. It might crash and ruin your OS because of a single error, but that's fine. And did some of you say, please, Roman, I need one more battle royale? Maybe. Let's give it some minutes. Let it rest. Let it rest. So it's like a special thing. And Tiran, you say, no, not yet. Been a bit busy. Yeah, it's okay. Whenever you have time, I think you'll like it. And you say, Tiran, what's with the little guys up top? You maybe are on the vertical stream. So if you are on the vertical stream, I would suggest you go to the horizontal one, because when you go there, you get your own avatar that you can customize. And whenever you speak, for example, it's gonna make your character show up speaking there. And also, like, yeah, you can customize it. So, and also you have a way better layout than the vertical stream. So yeah, that's what's up with the characters over there. And currently, people are playing a mini game. I don't know which mini game it is. I think only Nick joined, but yeah, there's a mini game happening now. And Grox Fable, you say the stomp charge and making more now? No, we're just making the setup for the stomp. So let's see. Let's see. We have we're just making the. Do you see these cases here? These are all the animations that we have to do. So we have the stomp setup, the stomp itself, the fist slam setup, and the fist slam itself. So we're just finishing the stomp setup, and we need to make sure that we are actually making it trigger when it should. But yeah, let's get into making the last bit of the stomp setup. So here on stomp setup, the head needs to be, well, I think it's gonna be the head handler. Well, I'm not sure. Well, let's do head that do local rotate, and it's gonna be, let's do head stomp setup rotation, and we need to multiply by a vector 3 that right. So by so this ends up multiplying the x, and let's do stomp setup animation time, and set is out quad. Now this should make us go into the stump, like or sorry, the animation of stump setup should be done, but we need to make the the trigger be triggered, you know? We still don't have the trigger. And are you the only one playing the mini game, Nick? Yeah, we never played that one because it's a little bit complicated. Like, it's hard to get, and it's not as fun as the other ones. Because I think we did play it before, like some other time, and it wasn't working that well. Um, yeah. All right. Let's see. So now that we are here, that one guy, you say, if you get 10K subs today, I will write the whole B movie script in binary. That's a good incentive. A good incentive for actually getting more people here. And You Can Say So is here. Says hello. What's up, You Can Say So? Welcome to the stream. How is it going? So now we need to make sure that we are like triggering it somewhere. So let's go into the big guy brain. let's do. I'm gonna close these parts over here. Yeah, I'm gonna close these parts over here. Humanoid animation handler. Humanoid animation handler. Yeah, probably this one too. And let's go into the brain because the brain is gonna like be controlling, uh, or it's gonna send signals to the movement, and the movement itself is gonna like control the animations too. And Tyron, to say, how do I get in the mini game though? Thing, you can't get into the mini game because it already started. So you'll have to wait a minute before you show up there. And when we have another mini game happening, you can join. But yeah, I think like Nick is the only one who joined. I don't know how or why that happened. And you can say, so you say, I'm doing good. How about you? I'm very, very glad you're doing good. And I'm good too. I'm feeling fine. Feeling fine. Middle of the week. We're awesome. And you can say, so it didn't come yesterday. My Wi-Fi went off for some reason. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Completely fine. And I'm just glad that you were able to join today. And what happened to your? You just went off. Well, I live I live in a place where that happens like normally. Just Wi-Fi decides to like just go off for some reason, so I understand. It was a tight entry cooldown. I get it. I get it. Okay, now now the minigame ended. So Tiran, you say you should be able to see your own character showing up there. Yeah, you see it's right behind you can say so's character. And Nick said, I don't know how points though. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. You know what we could do? We could do a boss battle. We haven't made a boss battle in a while. And you can say so. You say, yeah, I just found out it was troublemakers. Oh, troublemakers, like they made it go off. What a bad thing. And Grog's Fable, we say, only I don't have my character. Well, are you Grog's Fable, are you into or sorry, are you in the horizontal stream? I think you are. And what's basketball free for all? And why is it 30 minutes? Dude, what's happening? What did you do, Nick? Oh, it's 30 minutes to join. Okay, okay. And you say, motherfuckers, they have cut the wire for completely no reason. Lol. Wow. Um, yeah, kids are stupid sometimes. Very stupid. I hope it's not like adults. I just hope it's not adults. It wouldn't make it like less bad, but you have like a little bit more hope for older older people. Okay. So on Big Guy Brain, we can define more states. So let's do on yeah, we can do charge, we can do low stance. So let's do stomp, and let's do um fists, slam. So we're gonna have those two also. There's no join, just numbers. Yeah, that mini game is the worst. I don't like it at all. And why does it last? It lasts 30 minutes. Can you like cut it? Like can you make it go away? You can say so. You know, you say no hate though. I've been there too. Troubles, but not at this level, of course. Yeah, I think. Well, when you're a kid, like you do dumb stuff, or at least I did too. I used to play something called it's a Rin Rin Raja here, and it's basically like you just go, knocking on door of knocking on the door of people and running. It's not as destructive, but it's very annoying. Like you understand how annoying it is once you grow a little bit older. You just say I can cancel it, but I want a point. All right, all right. Okay. Now we have the okay. You scored. Mijo scored. Did you figure it out? Were you able to figure it out? All right. So now we have Stomp and Fislam. So we need to make sure that we are triggering those. Um, yeah, we need to make sure we're triggering those. So let's create more cases for this. So here, let's do private. Are we gonna do something on Stomp? I don't think so, but let's do our function here anyway. On Stomp, we're gonna have a function here, and Dipsonov scored. Yeah, you can. Let me type. If you type extension, like exclamation mark extension, you're gonna get the link showing up. But yeah, I made it there, so it should appear in a couple of seconds. Okay, we have Stump and private void fists slam. So what I want to do in here is just doing charge, or no, not charge, but here let's do another case. So we're gonna have a case for boss states dot stump break, and we're gonna have another case for boss states fists slam break. Yeah, too much activity in chat. A lot. I think there should be a way to make that you don't see the commands, like the commands don't show up. But I don't know how it is. Yeah, so in the one that you saw, like it says stream avatars extension, that's where you see, that's where you can customize your character. And GG Gamer Runs 102 says, hello, what's up, GG Gamer Runs? Welcome to the stream. How is it going? Yeah, there should be something like that. There isn't a way to do that. Okay, so when we are on Fistlam, we're just gonna do the function of fist slam, whatever that means. And on stump, we're just gonna do the stump function, whatever that means. So it could be nothing, or it could be a timer for going into like calling the stump and then doing the the other part of the animation, you know. Mm. So yeah, what I'll do is I'm gonna see where do I want to call this? Where do I want to call this? Because I could do here. Mm, the charge setup actually does exactly what we want to do for the stump and the fist slump, the fist slam. So we could reuse it, and depending on how we call the function, it's gonna either make it charge or do the stump. And you can say, so you say, can I take a loan or something? I'm kind of low on gold. Dude, I need to make that a thing. Like you should be able to maybe take a loan, or like a maybe not a loan, because if you can't replay it, or yeah, repay it, it would be like, I don't know, bad. But something like if you're here for, I don't know, 15 minutes, you can claim, or you can claim some gold with a command or something. Let's see. Let me give you some stars. And I am not sure if I can give you some stars because These guys are playing over here. Yeah, after it. So how long is the game? Is it like 22 minutes? Dude, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. So let's cut it at 15 if you want. Give me a second. I'm gonna be right back. Right back. All right, I'm back. Um, yeah, let me give you some stars. Cool eye patch. Awesome, awesome. Let me give you some stars because we need something like that. I'm actually going to like do my research and see if we can have like something. I don't know how you would call it, but like after 15 or an hour, you could redeem some amount of coins, so you can always keep gambling. And I'm gonna make everything explode, so you get some stars. I hope you get some. Let me do it again. All right. So I hope you were able to catch some. And Jack Unknown says hi. What's up, Jack Unknown? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Uh, yeah, the chat is really is really full today. 27 coins from that. Awesome. No worries, no worries. All right. So yeah, going in here, I think. Let's see. What do I want to do? Let's make it do the switches first, and then we're gonna like handle the rest of the functionality. Yeah, the chat is exploding today, and I always say I had no homework. Awesome, awesome. And yeah, you're back. Welcome back to the stream, IL. Welcome, welcome. Um. So yeah, let's see. On Stump, well, this is for the animation, so we just want to go into the brain, and in the brain, I'm gonna like see if we're like close enough to the player, and yeah, if we are close enough, I'm gonna make it like either stump or slump. And Sleepwalker is here too. Says hi. How's that boss stuff doing? Last time I saw you were animating it. Yeah, we're still animating it. It's gonna take a while to animate it, so we're probably gonna be keeping like still animating it today, and probably a little bit of tomorrow. But welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. It's going good. We're just making the animation for stumping. I can't show you right now because I would need to like recreate the pose. But yeah, we're just making it work. We're just making it work. And the only animations that we have for now is the setup for the charge and the charge itself. So if you can see here, like that's the setup for the charge. Like he gets like this, and then he launches it out like that. We still need to improve some stuff though. And yeah, Nick is in charge of the mini games, so he can take the decisions there. And I always say I'm listening to music, so I can't watch. All right, no worries. I'll see you later then. See you later, and take care. Enjoy the music. Yeah, in charge of the economy. And Sleepwalker, you say, yes, yes, I see, not bad. Yeah, we still have to like make it feel more like heavy, like make it when for example it collides with something, it's gonna do like a full stop and maybe have some sound effect that makes it hear heavy, like yeah, like feel heavy, and some particles too, maybe. Yeah, the battle royale is happening, Dipsonov. The battle royale is happening. Wow, you're very tied with IL. You're very tied. I think IL has just a little bit more health. Well, you actually, oh, you're very close to getting. Oh, this is intense. Oh, well, you were close there, close. But IL won. Uh, no, dude, I'm gonna give you some stars just so you're not as broke. But where are you? Yeah, I'm not sure if I can make it this way. I hope you get some there. You just went very far away. Well, I hope you can grab some of those stars. If you do the jump thingy, you should be able to. Mm, you can say so. You say with this, my avatar is complete. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I see. I see the drip. Looks awesome. Um, Sleepwalker, you say, as an animator, I can give a few tips. You could make the animation slightly wiggly, means like stumbles or turns, etc. Also about SFX, you could also, or you could add like stones collapsing with each other or something. Yeah, I think that would make it feel like way better, like having some other like feedback with the animation. So yeah, for sure, for sure. Thank you for the tips, Sleepwalker. Um, all right, let's get back in here, and we have the big guy brain, which here on horde mode, when we are chasing, yeah, chasing is basically the default. So when we're chasing, I have a switch to charge timer that I need to like make. Mm, probably need to make it so it doesn't go to charge all the time. But yeah, we also should have like a distance where on our attack distance, when we are on attack distance, instead of doing attack target, we're gonna have on big guy movement like the stump, probably we're gonna call the stump or the, yeah, we're gonna call the stump or the fist slam. And Miho, you say, by the way, I've always wondered why I have stars on my avatar. How did I do that? Yeah, I'm not sure. Sometimes some of you guys have like stars or hearts showing up. Like now you have hearts. I don't know how do you do that. In Sleepwalker, you say whatever. I'm having like 8 lessons tomorrow. I'm gonna go watching some kind of ASMR and sleep. Today was kind of stressful. Have fun. I'm truly excited to check out the final version of the game later. Well, thank you very much, and I hope the ASMR works for you so you can have a good rest. And good luck. Good luck for tomorrow. And yeah, rest well. Rest well. See ya. Bye bye. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the flying enemies are using macOS. I guess no. All right. So let's see. let's see, just in here on big guy brain, we want to have like an attack distance. So if we're closer, yeah, we have an attack cooldown timer too. I guess we can use those. We can use those. Let's see. We just want to go on the movement script, which is not going to be enemy movement script, or yeah, we need the big guy movement script instead. So here, big guy movement script and attack target. We are, I think, overriding attack target. Let's do attack target. Hmm. Yeah, because here what I was doing before was basically making that the acceleration is more like basically you accelerate more when you're attacking, but that only is for or that only works for or other enemies, because when you're like doing the attack, like basically throwing hands, you should walk, or the enemy should walk a little bit faster so it can catch the player while attacking. But the boss doesn't work like that, you know. In Greg's Fable, you say, "Yay! I bought something for my avatar." Awesome, awesome. I like the cape and the hair. Uh, didn't let the guy focus for a second. Yeah, let's see. So in here, we're not going to have this. We don't want anything in here. Probably I can just overwrite this and comment this. We're not going to even call this here. So instead, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Because we don't want to call that. We're probably gonna call either. We're probably gonna call either stump setup or here full deck void stump setup, or full deck void fists slam setup. You know. So these are, I think they're gonna work very similarly. Mm, and I'm not sure. Well, let's see what happens on chart setup, because I set the animations over there, so no problem. Mm, so for every single charge, I think I'm gonna do the can move is equal to false, and yeah, can move equals to false, and lock rotation to target. All right, all right, all right. So I'm gonna have a timer for these things, and I'm gonna have well, it's gonna be the same. Let's just repeat code. I know it's not going to be like the most efficient thing repeating code, but we can make it into a function later if we need that. Say pub a macOS Glazer meets a server full of Windows users. Yeah, that's very accurate. Very accurate. And Greg's Fable, you say, thank you. Well, no worries. Well, I don't know about the Mac OS Glazer, but I know mostly everyone here is using Windows, or I think like just Nicked uses Linux or has used it Linux. Okay, so in here we're just gonna do the same thing. Look, rotation to target equals true. Here, can move equals false. We're gonna have some sort of timer here. I think I could link the timer time here. So we need to have a time. Um, so the setup Yeah, the setup is gonna be controlled here. Mm, yeah, let's do float. This is gonna be stump setup time, and we're gonna have a timer for that. So let's do. Well, that's for charge. Like everything here is for charge. Mm, can I put another section here? I don't think so. Header charge. I think I can. I didn't know I could do this. Cool stuff. Big eye animation folder. Okay, let's separate this here header. And this one is gonna be for. Well, actually, I don't need this. Let's do comment here, which is gonna separate this. So this one is gonna be. Mm, this one is gonna be for stump. So stump like that. So we have a separation over there, and we're gonna use a private. This can't be changed though. Let's just do private float stump setup time, or not time but timer. And need to say Mac OS user discovers the other 68% of people on Earth. Well, Mac really isn't as popular outside of the US, man. Uh, yeah, it's crazy to me to think, or well, to see on the US, like iPhone is the norm. Like basically everyone has iPhones. I think I'm not actually like 100% sure. But here's more like Android dominated. Like maybe now in recent times it's been more dominated by Apple, but mostly everyone used to use Android over here. They're very expensive, Apple products. And you can say, so you say, Pop, using a Windows computer to watch a stream where a macOS Glazer imagines a pop where a macOS Glazer meets a server full of Windows users. Did Shakespeare really die? And Dipsonov says, bye, Roman. Well, thank you for joining, Dipsonov. It was a pleasure having you here, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Take care. And that one guy say, at least macOS doesn't super annoying AI. Are you sure? Well, not yet. Maybe. Um. Okay. Let's see. We have a setup timer, so we're gonna just change the setup timer over here. Let's do uh this. Oh yeah, where are stream avatars? It decided to it wanted to go to vertical again. I'm gonna bomb the system just to get everything again working. Okay. So we're gonna use the stomp setup timer, and we're gonna make it be stomp setup time. So my plan, my villainous plan, is having when basically you're on stop setup, you're gonna constantly be asking like you're gonna have a countdown that's gonna be defined by the timer. So when the timer runs out, I'm gonna switch to do the stomp, you know. And in here, I want to do the current charge state, or why is it called charge state? It's no longer charge state. This should be called current movement state. And why? Okay, current movement state. Movement state. So yeah, here current movement state equals movement states Stomp. Didn't I have something for Stomp? I guess I'll need to add that. So we have charge setup, we have charge, we need to have Stomp setup, Stomp, fists, slam setup, and fists, slam. Say, please tell me where the super annoying AI is on Windows. I installed my OS like a normal person. Yeah, I know that. For example, for me, when I set up my Windows, I had to get rid of a lot of things like the news, or for example, when you do well, I can show you here because I don't have it showing up on both monitors. But if you look anything up, like on the Windows search, you're gonna get like results from the internet. Sometimes it's very weird. And Pixel says, "Yo, I'm back, Roman. What's up, Pixel? Welcome back to the stream. How's it going?" And you say, "I don't know. I don't like it. It's too expensive for me to test it. That's the reason." You say, "Okay, so Apple is definitely overpriced, but the only thing I really like about Apple is Mac OS. Androids are pretty good." Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a Mac OS hater. I'm not a Mac OS hater. I know, for example, if you're like into like video editing of some sorts, well, you can do like mostly all the video editing on Mac OS. But for example, there are a lot of programs for music making or yeah, like music making, producing music that are like super good with in Mac OS. It's not that others don't exist on Windows, but yeah, that's a good point if you want to do like music producing. Also, um, what was it? If you're gonna look like program things for the ecosystem, goaded, you know. If you're gonna do any type of programming that is not for the ecosystem, then you're you don't have any advantage. But for the ecosystem, crazy. And point is Android, choice of PC Mac, Apple ecosystem compatibility gone, but there is some good choice at least. We need everyone to switch to CatOS. Sure. If CatOS was a good OS, I would absolutely switch just for the memes. Remove some of the taskbar junk. Yeah, you have to remove things from the taskbar. It can be a little bit annoying on the first setup. But actually it's very clean. I don't have like an icon here. For example, if I show you my um if I show you, this is my uh like my screensaver, or how do you call this, like screen background. Like, dude, I have absolutely nothing over here, and it's pretty clean, like super clean. You just have to set it up, and the other monitor is the same. I don't have a single application showing up. Apple products just lead to more paying, bro. That's right, yeah. And like a lot of subscriptions, like there's a lot of things that are wrong. There's a couple of things that are super good. At least for me, that's my experience. All right. From what I've heard and what I well, the last time I had an Apple product was years ago, to be honest. Yeah, let me put this back, and here we have. Where did the project go here? Yeah. Okay, stump setup timer. Now we can go in here and let's make it be stump setup. And we're gonna do on we're gonna call on the big guy animation handler. We're gonna switch animation state to big guy animation handler dot stump setup. and hands. Let's do it for everything basically. And I could have a function that does it for every single thing, but we will. So no, I'm not concerned with that now. Torso. Programming fried bro. What do you mean screensaver server? No, no, no. It's I said screen saver, but I was mistaken. I meant like how do you call it? Like back. Remember, don't judge me too hard. English is not my first language, and I've been here for 2 hours now. Don't judge me too hard, okay? Uh, but yeah, like the background image, I guess. And that one guy say, I'm gonna go touch grass. I need to. Peace. Well, see you next time then. That one guy. And yeah, have fun touching grass. See you next time. Take care. Yeah, desktop. Desktop image. Desktop image. I don't know. All right. Let's see. So we have the stump setup over here. Now, how will this work? Just on the big guy brain, we need to switch between doing either the stomping or something else. So let's do yeah, let's do over here. Well, just basically let's just do the stomping now because we don't have the other one. So let's do stump setup. Let's call the stump setup. And what's the problem with calling it? Oh, we need to assign a time. So the time here, we can control it over here. So let's create a time. Big guy variables. We have, well, it's chasing, switch to charge, current charges, low stance time. Yeah, this is for, let's do header. This is for low stance. Low stance. These ones are for charge. So let's do header so we can keep everything organized. Let's do charge. And we need another one for here, serialize or sorry, header first. Header of stump. And we're just gonna have a serialized field here. Private um stump setup time. And I'm just gonna make it one. And this is a float. So we need to call that with that time, whatever that time is. Stump setup time. Yeah, wallpaper. Yeah, it's a wallpaper. I forgot the word for wallpaper. That's it. And you can say so you say I don't blame you. I don't know what it's called either. I call it desktop, I guess. Yeah, it's wallpaper. Wallpaper. That was the word I was looking for. And IL is here, says back again. I was listening to music. Welcome back to the stream, IL. And I hope the music was fine. You say wallpapers is for phones, I assume. Um, I've heard it on both contexts. I don't know if it's correct for both contexts, but I've heard it for like phones, mobile devices like tablets, and um also for desktops. Like there's an app that I remember, like I have it, that's called Wallpaper Engine. That's for the PC. So I guess it is a wallpaper, or at least that's what I think. And IL, you say it was called music. Awesome. All right. So And you can say, wait, hold on. Say, comfort Chan in stupedo. I know that type of song. Say, let's uncover the mysteries. What's mysteries? Screen paper? Okay. Yeah, go ahead and call it that. All right. So let's do the stomping and let's do the attack cooldown timer. And YouTube Gunover OG says, well, I don't know what those emojis are, but welcome to the stream. All right. So when we do the stomp setup, it's called background on settings. I wasn't that bad then. I said like background image. All right. Say put a secret code in there that says fire in the hole. Oh, okay, fire in the hole. Yeah, makes sense now. All right. So let's see. Will this even get triggered? I think it will. I think it should get triggered. We have to try changing the values on this guy. On big guy. Let's wait for it to load. And I hope it doesn't throw me any errors. Because I saw another error showing up on the console before. So let's go to the console. No errors seems to be showing up. Now on animation handler, I think we're good. We're good. Let's press play. And let's see if this calls the stomping. Okay, what's this? What is this? I think it did call the animation. I think it's just not correctly set up. Yeah, because that's let me let me get the pose because I don't think it's working as we want it to work. Okay, now it's on like no, it's started. But now if you get close, all right. Yeah, I just wanted to like be on the that. Let's pause and let's see what we have over here. Because I think it's mostly correct. It's mostly correct. It's just that the torso rotation might be inverted, or I might have to invert it. And you can say, so you say, yeah, it's called background on settings. And see you guys, duty calls, or may I say the Call of Duty. Well, thank you for joining. It was a pleasure having you here. And I'll see you next time. Take care and bye bye. And I always say on my PC, I have a feature called inspect. I can check the code even if I didn't make it. Like on websites and stuff. Yeah, he do that squat. And YouTube gone over OG. You say I like being creative. I don't know why I'm the only one here. Oh, you are the only one there because you are on the vertical stream. But if you go to the horizontal stream, you are gonna get your own character showing up on screen, and also you're gonna have like a way better layout. So if you want to do that, you can go to the link that Nick sent on the chat, or you can go and click the channel, and you could go to the normal stream without the vertical word first. But yeah, I would just click the link that Nick sent. And you see if you and you can say so. You say if you see it from the front, it kind of reminds me of the Iron Man actor. Yeah, it does have a kind of like a I don't know an air. that resembles like Iron Man. He's almost floating, and he has like that thing on the core. So uh, yeah, he kind of resembles a little bit of Iron Man. And talking bag of nachos says you're short. Just kidding. Welcome to the stream. I'm not tall, so I'm gonna let that one pass. And you say, or I don't know, but I was just joking. Welcome to the stream, talking bag of nachos. Um, Should have gone over saying I'm on horizontal. Well, you should be able to see your own character showing up then if you're on horizontal. Yeah, okay. So I think the problem here might be that the torso handler rotation is all messed up. So what if yeah, this is not going to work. Um, what could it be? Maybe I stored some values incorrectly, and I'm making a game over here. This is the boss. It's currently very messed up. Let me show you how it should look like, or how it looks like normally, because we are just making animations for this guy, and it kind of broke him to make some of the animations. So yeah, we have a lot of things to do with this guy, but yeah, we have an animation for like basically when he gets to that pose, like doing a squat there. It's gonna like launch at you, do a charge, and when he gets close, he should do a stomp, but he's not. So yeah, we're working on that. We are working on that, and you can say so. You say, wait, I'll send the meme on the Discord server. All right, right. Let me check. And I always say, sorry, I couldn't be on last stream. Don't worry at all. Don't worry. I completely understand it. Just whenever you want and you have the time, you're welcome to join the stream. And also, Final Phrase 2, Foxy, he's acting like, how's your profile? Oh, cool. You have I like the bandana. You can change your, if you go to extension, like if you type extension over here, you'll be able to change your character. And talking back of Nacho, you say I liked and subbed. Well, thank you very much for the like and sub. Really, really appreciate it. All right, let me see this word. Where did you send it over memes? On memes? What's this? I need to check it. Yeah, that's exactly it. Dude, this couldn't be this couldn't be more accurate. This is actually him. It does look like him. Pretty accurate. Let me make it bigger. That's very, very accurate. All right. Yeah, probably you can see this because you're on the vertical stream. I would suggest you go to the horizontal stream, talking bag of nachos, because there you have like a better layout, so you can see everything, and also you get your own avatar, which you can customize. And whenever you talk there, you're gonna be like basically a bubble will show up with the text. So yeah, I should make it a thing that just I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna send it over here. I sent it to both streams, but yeah, if you're on vertical stream, I would suggest you click that link to go to the horizontal um one. All right, so let's see. If we go in here, I'm just gonna pause this guy when he gets to. Yeah, it's an apple gambling. Yeah, here. All right. I am not sure at all why this works like this. Mm, yeah, let's do the pause again. Let's do the pause again. So I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna press play, and that should allow us to like set a pose for this guy. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be very hard to unsee the meme. It is very accurate. Let's see. Let's go on the torso handler. Maybe. Okay, so what should it be? It should be a little bit over here. I know I set it to be 0.75. I put the rotation to what? Because we can check the values that we assigned there. Um, yeah, the X rotation. Let's do the X rotation on the torso handler. It's gonna be 30. Okay, I think it should be minus 30. Yeah, minus 30. And you say, you'd have gone over. What's the final boss? I don't know which one is gonna be. I just know this one is the first boss that we have for our game, but I don't know what the final boss will be. Okay, let's go into the big guy, and if I go into these values over here, you'll see that the torso stump setup rotation. What if I think I should put it towards like minus 30. So they should be negative. Maybe that's part of the problem. Let's start tweaking stuff. That should be minus 30. Let's try it out now. It's ahoy, mateys. All right, I think okay, that's progress. Even though it doesn't seem like it. And you can say, so you say, can't you like animate it outside of Unity and import the animation into it and like just call it in the script? I don't know. That's how you do it in Roblox Studio. Yeah, you can do that. Like you can do either the animation, like there's another animation system that allows you to do the steps and put keyframes like normally as you do in Blender. But we are using animations made with code because the only reason I'm using them is because I'm gonna show you how the animation system looks like here in Unity. I can open window animation and animator, I think it is. Yeah, so basically here, uh, let's create a new animation just so I can show you why I'm disgusted by this. Let's create it over player so we can remember where it is. If I were to create an animation, yeah, let's do an animation clip. And let's do a new animation. Animator, we need an animator controller too. So we have an animator controller and you have this, all right? So let's say you have one animation. One animation is awesome, works fantastic. Because you can like have your variables. Let's say you want to trigger this. It's very simple. You just call the animator and say animator dot set trigger to whatever animation. All right, that's very cool. Now, what if you have to connect multiple animations like this? Because the problem with it is basically when you have more animations. Like let's say you start having 4 or 5, 6, or whatever, and these ones needs to be connected, but this one needs to be connected to this, and this one to this, and this one to this, and this also has to go from one way and the other. And you need to do this animation from this state, and this one only needs to do exit. So that's where you get everything bad with the system. And this is not everything, because when you click the when you click the basically the transition, you have a bunch more things to touch in here. So it's a nightmare. It's really a nightmare. I prefer having everything on code, and it may seem complicated at first, But once you have your system uh working like we have it now, it kind of is a little bit hard, but it doesn't scale hard. This one doesn't scale as good as the system that we have, even though the system that we have is harder, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna delete everything here because we actually don't need this. I don't want to look at this anymore. And Sonic the Glitch Hog says, "Hey, I'm back. What's up, Sonic the Glitch Hog? Welcome to the stream. How's it going?" And you say, "Why is that white character following my character?" Yeah, so that's why I don't do the regular animations. Um, or that's why I'm avoiding them for now. And you can say, so you say, if you change your mind, I can animate it for you. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm gonna keep it that way since this way for now, just because, or I think probably for most of the project because uh, I basically have it set up. Like, the why waste the setup on the system if it's working for us now? Like oh, and the other cool thing about this is like value driven, so you can change the values and it should work. The only thing is like just knowing the keyframes, you know. And you can say, so you say, can I have the big guy model though? I'll animate it for fun. Yeah, for sure. I can drop it on the Discord. I think after the stream, remind me, please. After the stream, like do an ad romanleco, so I don't forget to drop it on there. Yeah, big guy. Um, yeah, let's go into the animation again. So in here, I think if we go to the big guy, we have these values for the stump setup. So we can modify the, yeah, let's see how it's playing right now. Let's see how it's playing so we can start modifying these values. Okay. Let's see. So let's grab the, okay, the fit handler. The fit handler, because there were a couple of things that I didn't make sure they were the proper values. So let's go into foot handler L. No, not foot handler L, but foot handler right. On this one, I think it should be over here probably. Yeah, makes a little bit more sense. So it should be over like minus 90 or minus 80 actually. So that was a problem. And I think that's not as bad. So that was the only thing. Let's go into the big guy and let's change that to from 90 to minus 90, or let's do minus 80 actually. I think that would probably look a little bit better. And you can say, so you say, see you guys. Well, thank you for joining and thank you for yeah, being here. So bye bye, take care, and see you next time. All right, let's see. If we get here and we're close enough to this guy, he should try to do the stump. Why is he staggered? Yeah, all right. So I think that's better. Now when he finishes that, he should like go towards another animation, you know? So it's not going to be standing there for that long. It's not going to be staying there for that long. He's actually just going to... Well, let's see. Maybe 1 second or something. All right. Let's see. Yeah, not this. Let me pull this over here. Uh, let's go into the code again. And we need to do on the big guy movement, basically. This is where we're gonna do the like do the switch to the from the stump setup to the stump. So before we do the logic, I think we could do the pose for the stump. So let's do it. Let's do that. Let's go in here. Let's pause and press play. And let's do the stump. So in here, let's see. Okay. So what do we want to change? It should be like, well, it would actually be easier to do this from the stump animation. Like when we're on the stump, we could probably do this that way. And the same Mr. Ducky 151. Can you hide my name in the game? Well, for viewers, like regular viewers, yeah. But I'm not sure it's your first time here, so I don't know. I don't know. If you were to be like regular, maybe. That's the privilege for the guys that are part of the community. Okay, so let's see if we get here, close here to this guy. Okay, let's pause it. And now I'm just gonna do pause in here. And Mr. Ducky say, I like and sub if you put a ducky somewhere on the map and put my name on top of it. I don't accept bribes. I don't accept bribes, Mr. Ducky. But I'm not opposed to the idea of putting a ducky somewhere. All right. So let's go in here and let's do the second step of this animation. So how should it look? It should be like well, I want the feet over here to be, well, both should be on the floor, right? But I want a little bit of distance. So maybe I'm gonna make well, the feet. Yeah, we need to make big stomp. Let's do, let's see, because if he has the arms back, you know, um should he, I think he should remain with his arms back, probably. Say, big stomp and dust or dirt flies off in a cloud or whatever. Yeah, we need to do that. We need to do that. And Mr. Ducky say, wait, if I go to horizontal, I'll get my own avatar. Yes, that's exactly it. So if you want to join horizontal, then you can go to the channel and join the horizontal stream, which you can tell which one it is by basically the vertical, or the ones on shorts has the word vertical before. So you have to click the one that doesn't. And I always say, remember when I said AKA fire double jump spell, where it comes with fire when you double jump? Yeah, I remember. Say I'm on horizontal. Uh, there you are. There you showed up. You can customize your character here. Extension. If you click the link that's about to show up, you can customize your own avatar. And now please say, Roman, why did my messages disappear? I don't know. Did it get flagged or something? And you say, do I gotta be on PC? I'm not sure. I am not sure. I think no, but I'm not sure. And talking back of Nachos is here. Back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. Talking back of Nachos. Yeah, double jump used to be a thing. All right. So what do I want? I want probably to make the torso. Let's do the torso. Let's drop the torso handler, and we're gonna make the torso be slightly over here. Like let's do 15 or something. We can do 15. We can pull it to where it's like 0.5, so it stays right around the there. Let's yeah, let's actually pull it back. Pull it a little bit back. And Nepal say, I wondered if you will add different color hats. Yes. Not only that, I plan to add like, well, the clothes for this guy are like very simple, but I want to add like more designs to the clothes, like not just a basic color, but textures, And also, apart from the textures, like different shapes for the core pieces, for the gloves, for the boots, for hats. So you have a lot of customization for your character, and not just aesthetically, but also it can give you like other powers. For example, like in Terraria, if you have a full set of something, it's gonna give you like powers or like some sort of other power. I want to do something like that. Roman just actively ignoring you? No. Did his messages get flagged? Like, oh my god, wow. In the website, can you control the character? If not, can you add it? I am not sure, and I can't add it. Like, this is made of like it is basically from stream avatar, so I don't control it. And Neville is say, all good. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if they went through and I didn't read them, but I didn't see them on my chat at least. Yeah, so as Nick says, Mr. Ducky, you can control it on there. Um, so yeah, you can. All right. So let's see. We want to make the foot handler right. So the right foot should be on the ground, right? So if I put it on the ground, but I want to like make it um extend, Mm, yeah, so it should be maybe what I'll have to do is grab the foot, modify the Y, modify the Z, and modify the rotation maybe 20 or 30. Let's do 90 or 80. So that's how the other step will look like, probably. You know? Um yeah, it's gonna be a hassle to put it back to normal, but I need to make to put it back to normal. When I go from this animation to another, I need to put it back to normal. And Velocity GD says, "Hi, what's up, Velocity GD? Welcome to the stream. How's it going?" And Nepal is saying, "I won." Yeah, you won the duel. Awesome, awesome. All right, so let's see on the set. It's probably gonna be. Let's see how close it is to the ground. Let's see how close. Maybe a 0.8. It's gonna be like slightly in the ground. So I think for our next step, it actually looks fine. It looks fine. It's gonna be a little bit of a hassle to set these values to what they are normally. But it's not a big deal. Not a big deal. So what I could do is I don't really need to store the I don't really need to store the values for the shoulders or anything, because the only changes from the setup to the actual action is gonna be basically the feet on the torso position. You know? Give me a second. I'm gonna be right back. All right, I'm back. Um, Mr. Ducky, you say, how do I get the link to the website? You can just type exclamation mark extension, like you just did. You did it there, and you got the link before. And let me read you. Then, yeah, that's it. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna need to do some changes over here, and the changes or the things that we need to store are positions mainly. So let's do. We're gonna have to store this position over here -2. So it's gonna be -2, and -0.8 is gonna take our. And Kumud is back. What's up, Kumud? Welcome back to the stream. Um, yeah. So, oh, by the way, this is the second post for our stump. So this is how the guy is gonna look when he does the second part, because we have the first part done. Now we just have to store this and make sure it triggers. Okay. So let's go in there in the big guy animation handler, and let's store those values. So this is gonna be for stump setup, and now let's go for header stump, the regular stump. So that, what do I want to save in here? I want to save, let's do serialized field, private vector tree, and this is gonna be the right foot. So let's do feet L, or feet or right, stomp position, or stomp. This is like local position. So let's make sure we are using the correct terms. Local position is going to be a new vector 3, 0, 2, and minus 0.8 f. And Nick just say I like how Nepal is just there. Yeah, he said he was gonna be lurking and gambling. All right. So we have that. Now we also need to change the torso position. So let's do the torso position. Serialized field, private, serialized field, private. This is gonna be another vector tree, I think. Vector tree, torso, stump, X rotation, X rotation. I don't know what it will be. I'll need to set it up. Let's see what it is. So let's go into the torso handler. And it's just 15 on the rotation on the X. Is equal to 15 F. Yeah, this is not a vector tree. This is just a float. On the other one, what is the other one? Is serialized field, private, float. I think this one is gonna be like torso, stump, set movement. And I think this one is like 0.5, but I'm not sure. Let's check. So on the torso handler, is it on the Y? No. I just need to like put it on put it to the same, like basically no movement. It needs to go back to 0. The movement side, it needs to go back to 0. We need to have a time though. So let's do serialize field, private, um, float, stomp, animation time, and it's gonna be equal to 0.1, so something very quick. And Napoli is partially true. Look. Mm. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. So now, what else? What else? What about the rotation for? What about the rotation of the other feet? The foot over here is going to be 35. Rotation 35, and the fit itself is on rotation 15. What about if I make it 15? I think I can leave it like that. Let's just put the rotation to 35. Let's just do 35. So it's gonna be fit, and I know the singular of feet is foot, but I'm just gonna use the feet right or left. Serialize field, private, float, feet left, or feet handler really. Feet handler left. Stump, rotation equals new. Um, this is the X rotation, so let's do X rotation. Stump, X rotation, and it's gonna be a float of 35. And Mr. Ducky, you say, how do I get rid of delay? Every time I speed it up, it goes there, but then it lags me even more back. Um, I don't know. I don't think there's a way to get rid of the delay other than maybe better internet, but still, it's dependent on the internet of the viewer and on my internet. So yeah, it's very hard to control. And IL, you say gotta go. Well, thank you for joining today, IL. Was a pleasure having you here, and take care. Bye bye. See you next time. All right, let's see. So we just have to make the changes on, and we don't have to forget that we need to set the values back when we finish this animation. So let's do stump. So on stump, I think the head is gonna be the same. I wanna do basically just the changes from one animation to another, because from stump setup to stump, it's always gonna be like basically there won't be a stump setup without a stump, you know? So it's always gonna be from stump setup to stump and never gonna do a switch to another state. Oh, I need to accept it, I think. There we go. Let's see who wins. Force accept. Yeah, Nick was trying to force me into a battle. I think Mr. Duck is gonna win. He has more health, I think. Oh, we're pretty close. Yeah, I missed. I think Mr. Duck is gonna win. Critical. There we go. He beat me. All right, let's get in here. And what are we gonna do? Because on the torso, I need to do the torso. Let's grab the torso handler. Yeah, with the last bit. Let's do torso handler and do local rotate. It's gonna be vector. I need to multiply by vector 3, right? Multiplied by torso. Disrespectful. Destroyed. Torso stump. Torso stump X rotation. And we're gonna need the time of stop or stump animation time. There, set ease. How will be the ease in here? I think the ease in here is gonna be different, because the out quad is like getting, the closer it gets to the final value, like the less velocity it has. So I want the opposite here. This animation should look like very snappy. So it's gonna be ease in quad. So it's gonna like gain velocity as it gets to the final value. Yeah, that's it. Now, let's do the torso handler movement. Torso handler that do local do local move said is gonna be vector 3.0, basically, like nothing at all. Or, well, why vector 3? It's just gonna be 0. Then I need the stump animation time. Set ease of ease in quad. And that's the torso. And Mr. Ducky, you say, I need some money, please? Well, I can help you with that. I can put some stuff, some stars for you guys. So if you do exclamation mark jump, if you do exclamation mark jump, you can try to get them. And Miho is saying, too rich to give you money. You got greedy. Greedy very fast, Miho. Okay, let's see. So that's for the torso. What else? On the feet. Let's do the feet. Feet states actor. Let's do the stump. So the stump is just gonna grab the foot. L. You say Nick, being the richest isn't easy. Yeah, who's the richest one now? It's hard work, labor, and gambling. Yeah. Who's the richest one now? And Mr. Ducky, you say the stream delay is too much. I can't grab them. Let me see if I. Miho by a bit. All right, all right. Yeah, it's Miho. Then Nick. Then Cheese and Art and Apple. Yeah, Miho does have a lot of money. A lot. All right, let's see. I let me try and give you some more stars. So Mad Ducky can grab some, and I'm gonna put some buffs next to him, so he can jump towards them. Let's see if he can grab them. Maybe one or two. Maybe you did grab one or two. I think yeah. Okay, I exceeded myself with the bombs, but I think you got some. And um, users, you say my Minecraft ops killed me and my items went down. Rip. Welcome to the stream, users. Welcome, welcome. You got 14? Awesome, awesome. All right. Let's see. Let's do the foot L. The foot L. Well, on the stump, we really want to modify the. Well, both. Let's start with L. So do local rotate, I think. Because what is it that we want to change? It's gonna be yeah. Let's actually change this to foot R and foot handler. Yeah, so now we want the foot R on foot handler L. Okay. So here, foot R. Um, foot handler L. Let's close this. And this one should do local. Dude, what's happening? Local rotate. And by what value? Let's grab the foot handler L stump X rotation. So we're multiplying this by vector 3 dot right, multiplying it by that, and we're gonna grab the stump animation time. Let's do set ease in quad. So it's gonna be progressively more velocity. And you can gamble by doing exclamation mark bet and I think is the value that you want to bet and what are you gonna bet for. That's for the roulette, but you can also do just exclamation mark slots and however money you want to gamble. Yeah, you do like a real dog now. You have the dog character now. Okay, foot R. Let's do. I think this one's gonna be like do local move, and I'm gonna use the foot R stomp local position, stomp animation time, set is in quad. Hmm, and am I missing something? Because we have the torso, we have the head doesn't need any change, and I don't think the shoulders need any change either. So let's see when we are on big guy movement. If we are on, well, we should have like states for every single movement state, or we should have functions for every single movement state. You say, Mr. Ducky, you say I gambled it all the way and made -5 gold. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Yeah, I don't know. Mijo and Nick. Well, Nick just lost money too, but Mijo just doesn't stop winning. I don't know. He just knows how the roulette works. Mr. Ducky, you say I'm a gamble for 5 gold. Let's see if I go in debt. If you don't have money, you can't get in debt. In debt. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I am the house. House always wins. Yeah. You slowly became the house, mijo. Let's see. So I'm gonna make a state, or that sounded like I'm gonna build a state, like I'm gonna do my own country or whatever. No, I'm gonna do a function for every single movement state. Change romanleco bet 5 screen, bet 5 black. Are you gonna make me bet? Yeah, let's see. So on well, actually, I could just have everything here with a switch, like just inside a switch. Mm, so yeah, I think I think I can do that because on charge setup and on charge this is not going to work, and on low stance I can't really move. So why would I move to target? You know. Mm, and here, move to target. If can move equals false, return, and lock rotation to target, return. So let's do a switch. Let's do a switch. Let's do a switch for the charge state. So on fixed update, let's do the let's do movement states, or let's do private void uh movement states func. And I'm gonna put everything that goes on the fixed update there. So everything here is gonna be over here right now. And I'm just fixed update is just going to execute on the movement states. movement states func, like that. Let me hold. I'm wishing it does. I need to see someone crashing out. It would be hype. I don't remember any greens since those too close together. Yeah, it's very unlikely that some greens appear. I don't know that one time that there were like two greens next to each other, right? But all the other times, pretty much no greens. Okay, now let's do a switcher over here. Let's do switch. What are we switching for? We're gonna switch for the movement, current movement state. In the case that it is movement states dot charge, what are we gonna do? We're just gonna do charge. In the case that is movement states dot charge setup, I'm gonna do whatever I was doing here. Yeah, I won't need to return actually. Yeah, I'm just gonna copy that functionality over there. And basically I'm holding the same behavior. The only bit that I'm not keeping is the return, but I don't want to return because what are the other states? I could have, or I could be on low stance and Najkan Kiwap. I am sorry if I don't pronounce your name right. You say, what are you using besides C sharp? I don't use anything besides C sharp. Or I mean, I use Unity, which is the game engine that I use, with C sharp. You know. Tell me, Najan or Najkan, are you into game development or maybe other type of development? I don't know, AI, websites, robotics, something like that. Let's see. So here on the other cases, what are the other cases? We could be walking. Um, we could be walking, or what else? We could be on low stance too. But on low stance, I don't think I had anything happening. I don't think I had anything happening on low stance. So let's go into here again. And let's do another case for movement states dot walking. And here break. And I'll just do then move to target here, move to target. And a big guy animation handler script set entity moving depending on the motor, base velocity, magnitude, if it's more than 0. So that's our regular behavior. But it's better if it's contained on a switch. Yeah, they're using the sling command, exclamation mark sling, and I guess the other ones will be like X and Y, I guess. Okay. Yeah, we need to make sure that like this plays, you know. So what would happen on? Let's do a case for movement states dot stomp setup break. And let's do another case for movement states stomp, like that. And need to say, wait, how am I this low on the roulette winning leaderboard? I bet 200 like every week. Yeah, I know. I don't know. See, Sling is like Mario BLJ. Which Mario is that one? Which Mario is Mario BLJ? Yeah, let's see. Oh, Mario 64. And Walter White Killer is here. Says hi. What's up, Walter? Welcome to the stream. How is it going? Let's see. So on our stump setup, what are we gonna do? We're gonna basically do a counter, yeah, a countdown, and when that countdown, like we run out of time, basically, we're gonna do the stump. So let's do another function here for our stump. Here, let's do private void stump or yeah, what it was, stump setup, stump. I think we can do it. We can do it in here. We don't need to do the function. Let's reserve the functions for other stuff. And Nash, can you say what part of the game are you currently developing? Movement system. I'm developing animations. I'm making animations for, or rather, making sure the animations that we have trigger when they should trigger on the first boss of the game. So you see, I just posed the this guy over here, which is gonna be the first boss for our game, and I stored the animations. Like the animation is there. I just need to trigger it, and I'm making the trigger part now. So let's see. In here, I'll do on stump setup. I'll have a timer, and I think when I do the stump setup, I am having a stump setup timer. So here, I'm just gonna check. I'll do stump setup timer minus equals uh, time dot fixed delta time, and if the stump setup timer is less than 0 or less or equal to 0, I'm gonna do the action, whatever the action is. And Mr. Ducky, you say there's no yellow wings. Um, what a shame. What a shame. Maybe you can find other thing that also like is cool for your character. Maybe like I don't know if there's like a yellow cape or something, but maybe something that can match it. Okay, so here, this is what happens when the timer runs out. So let's see. What do we want to happen? We want to basically switch to the other. Yeah, we want to basically switch to the other state. So let's do that, and we're gonna need to not only do movement, our current movement state is gonna go to movement states dot stump, but we are also gonna have to call the big guy animation handler script and tell it to switch animation state to big guy animation handler dot um, stump, and it's gonna be for the hands, for the head, feet, and torso, and nothing yellow in the backdrop. Hmm. Well, maybe there's like something else that you can use that maybe it's not the best, but something that is a little bit better. or like just something. Let's see. So now, yeah, I can always buy yellow skin with yellow skin. Well, he already has yellow skin. Um, yeah, it switches to stomp, and I have to do another like stomp time, maybe. Well, it's gonna be on movement. I don't want to control. I don't really want to control that on movement, to be honest. The how long the stomp lasts for, I don't think it should be controlled over there. You know. Um. So maybe when we do the switch to stomp, we can assign both values, one for the stump setup and one for the stump. So let's do in here, let's do stump, and it's gonna be serialize field. Let's do serialize field private float stump time, and let's say it's gonna be like 0.5 because it's gonna be like pretty fast, I think. Um, or no, because it's gonna be 1 second when it 1 second to switch from the stump setup to the stump, and the stump should stay there like another second maybe. And Moinelef is here, says hello. What's up, Moinelef? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And you say I came to check on you. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty fine. Pretty fine. Thank you for checking in. And how are you doing? So yeah, let's grab this stump time too. And we're gonna pass both things over here when we do the switch. So here, where we are doing the stump setup, we're gonna also pass the stump time. Let's go into stump setup. And here we need the stump time. So here, private float stump setup timer. Or it is not stump setup timer. This is gonna be just stop timer or stump timer. And that's it. So now on stump setup, we are assigning not only the stump setup timer, but we also need the stump time. So float stump time. Let's do stump timer equals stump time. Like that. Say how's everyone doing? And you say I'm studying, so I'm sorry. I wish you all the best. Yeah, no worries. I hope the studying goes great, and I'll see you next time, Moinlef, when you have a little bit more time and you're not doing your homework. So yeah, good luck and see you next time. And Mr. Ducky, you say red is closest to yellow. That's not orange, right? Oh, it's red. I think it's red. And Najkan, you say, so what's your experience with making animations for characters? My experience, well, I made animations on Blender and also on uh, well, on Blender, on Unity, I made 2D animation. Back when I was in university, I made 2D character animation, so I kind of know some some types. Like it does translate from one to another. But now I'm making it only with code, which is a little bit different, you know. Um, so yeah, that's my experience. I've made a couple of animations with mostly 2D because I had to do a lot of animations in 2D on university, which sucked. But yeah. All right, let's see. Red Wings for the win. Um, let's see. So now let's go into the stump setup, and now we change the stump. And here on the stump, how long should it stay? It's just gonna be the stump timer minus equals time dot fixed delta time. And when it gets to zero, so when it gets to zero, we just want to like switch back to normal basically. So let's do stump timer is minor or is less or equal to zero. We're just gonna do current movement state equals movement states dot. I guess we should go to walking, right? So walking here, and let's switch to walking. Let's just do the same thing here, but instead of stump, it's gonna be replaced with walking. All right. So now, will this trigger? I don't know. We have to make sure that we are like probably when we finish the trigger or when we finish the stump, we need to make like communicate that to the brain, like that we stopped uh attacking. So let's do on big guy brain. Let's do on where could we have this? Because we're gonna use this for stomping and for other stuff. So let's just put it in here, private, or let's do protected. Bull is attacking and equals false. So let's leave it like that. And I think this is repeated. So hides inherited member from enemy brain is attacking. I think I already have something like that then. Maybe in yeah, we can call it from here. Let's call it public void finished attack. And what we want to do is just do is attacking equals false. And where else am I using this? And Mr. Ducky is like, bro, I'm never gonna stop. Yeah, you're just launching yourself at everything. Right. So here it's attacking. I just want to check where I'm calling it. I think if I go to definition, I can see references to this because it's on enemy brain. All right. So where am I using it? Where am I using this? If I don't use it here, I don't think I have references over like anywhere else. What if I comment this? If I comment that, I don't think I'm using it for anything. Well, you know what? I'm gonna keep it. I'm just gonna keep it and I'm gonna make use of it. So I'm gonna set the is attacking to false in here. And when I do the attack over here, the not the charge, but the stomp, I'm gonna do here is attacking equals true. You know? So when I do this movement, I basically don't want to do anything else. Basically, like I'm not going to move. I'm not going to do something like anything. I think. And Nick, you say I'm being harassed by a dog. What? Is it your own dog? Or sorry, your own dog? All right. Let's see. That's your dog. Well, it is yours, so if it's harassing you, you'll have to deal with him. Not looking at the screen. Yeah, no worries. Deal with the doggy. Give him some love. All right. So if we're on what state are we? What the dog doing? What state are we? I think this is the longest I've been um making just one single animation. Um, let's see. Yeah, we want to move to walking, and the thing is, I don't want anything to happen unless, well, if we are in charge, we're gonna try to. Sorry, if we are chasing, we're gonna try to get to whatever enemy. But yeah, I don't want anything to happen if we're chasing that, or sorry, if we're on attacking. Let's do here. If it's attacking, I'm just gonna return. So nothing will happen. Say, hitting me with his paw to get me to play with some tiny thing. And biting, of course, enough violence. Uh, well, the doggies do that. And Mr. Doggy say, I'm targeting romanleco now. Okay. And AK Darklight says, "Hi, cool stream. Could you recommend me a budget laptop? I got my first freelance coding client." Um, well, first of all, hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you for. I'm very glad you like it. And well, it depends a lot on the country because in other countries you're probably gonna get like different recommendations, different pricings, different stuff like that. If I were you, I would like look up a video, yeah, a video with recommendations within your budget. Or there are like for example, here we have like a page that's called Solo Todo in Chile. So that's where I look up my um whatever technology thing I wanna buy so I can compare with the other ones that are on the market. I would try to like look up one of those websites or like do your research because any recommendation that I could do or I could give to you is probably gonna be what would work for in my country, you know, because prices are a little bit different. So yeah, that's my best advice for picking a laptop. Probably a video in that takes into consideration your country or websites that compare uh, multiple sites selling the same thing, you know? And AK Dark, like you say, should I buy used? Um, you can get in trouble if you don't know about PC components and you don't know how to check up if everything is right. If you don't know a lot about computers, I would suggest not getting them used. Or if you don't know a lot about computers, but trust the person that is selling it to you, then yeah. But otherwise, I'll go with a new one because you never know what can happen with used ones. All right. So let's see. Finish charge, chasing, enemy brain. Let's see. You say, Mijo, I trust Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, I don't know. And aka Dark Light, you say, okay, thank you, bye. Well, bye, aka Dark Light, and best of luck to you picking your computer, and best of luck to you with your freelance work. Bye bye, take care. All right, let's see. So when I enter on Big Guy Animation Handler, yeah, on movement, when I enter this, I'm gonna go walking, and I have to say, and I have to make sure that, yeah, I have to make sure that I call the big guy brain and tell him finished attack, so he can go to like back to normal. Let's see if this works. So I think I'm going to have some problems with getting the animation back to normal. You know, because there's a couple of things, especially on positioning of the feet, that are just a little bit messed up. So let's see if I get here. He should get to stomping, and after, I mean, the second part of the stomping animation is not really working that much or that well. You know? What could it be? What could it be? At least I think the functionality, like functionality wise, I think it is good. You know? Mm, yeah, he gets here, you know, and then how does it look like when he's trying to do the stomping? Okay, it doesn't look that good. Doesn't look that good. And you say, why won't my bomb command work? Yeah, you need money to do the bomb command. Maybe that's why. And you know what? I think I'm already like very fried. I'm gonna make the animation work for this, and we're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna try to make it work. The last bit here, do a commit on Git, um, and yeah, that's gonna be today's stream. So let's do foot handler. Let's grab the foot handler. And I think, let's see if I put the, okay, maybe this was -2. Okay, so it was right. And the rotation, I also need to change the rotation to 80. All right, all right. Not bad. So let's go big guy on big guy. On the animation, I need to go in the stump. And here, this one is going to be -2. And I also need a rotation for the feet. So let's go in here, and on the animation handler, let's add another thing for our rotation. So let's do here, serialized field, private, um, Nick, after that, can you? Well, I'm gonna do it myself. After that, the screensaver. How long can you have it on? Let's do 30. I just want to see the screensaver. It looks like you're like flying. All right. Yeah, that is screensaver. That is screensaver mode. So everyone's like flying around. Miho hit the corner. It's like the how do you call it? The things in those like DVDs. All right, let's see. So we need to start a float. It's gonna be the foot R stomp X rotation, and it's gonna be equal to 80. I think that's the rotation. So when we do this, when we use this, let's also do the rotation. So let's do the L first, then do the right over here. Let's do foot. Well, we have the move first, and let's do the foot R the dot do local rotate. We need to do vector 3 dot right times the foot um R stomp X rotation, and the time of stomp animation time, and we are gonna set ease on ease in quad. Yeah, let's do the rotation first. And what else? I don't think I'm missing anything. I don't think I'm missing anything now. And let's make a change here also on the value over there. So we don't forget, that's the actual rotation that we need. Let's see. If he gets close, he's trying to stump us. I think the animation is working. I think I just need to lift up the feet on this guy more, you know? And Mr. Ducky, you say, hey, I'm making a Minecraft resource pack, but what should hotbar be? Well, ducks. Yeah, could be ducks. Why not? Yeah, he needs to lift his needs to lift his feet a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, it's all right. It's all right. Let's call it a day here. But first, let me do a committer over here. So this is gonna be big guy. Cause what was the other commit? The yeah. So we're gonna do, what did we added? So let's make a proper commit. Big guy animation handler. You see, this is all we added. We have added a lot of things here over the span of what, 2 days? So yeah, let's see. We have stomp, low stance, charge, and here big guy animation handler. Let's do, well, we added things for charge, setup, charge. Yeah, so this is gonna be big guy charge plus stomp functionality. Or really, this is not like the full functionality. Or um let's just call this, how can we call this? Let's call it big guy functionality part 1, so we can have multiple parts. Part 1. Okay, what did we actually do? The big guy boss has can do charges towards the player and has 2 animations for it. One for setting up, for preparing for the charge, and other for the charge itself. Uh, there's also when the big guy gets close enough to the player, it will try to do a stomp. There are 2 animations for this too. And I'm going to put in parentheses the setup and the action. I think that's it. Like I'm just gonna do like another, like a note, note. The rest, or the functionality, is not finished, and visually there still are new animations to add, and tweaks and additions for the animations, for the already existing animations. I'm satisfied with that description. Let's do commit 6 files to main, push to origin, or let me save. I didn't save. Let me go into history, big guy functionality, amend the commit, begin amend last commit, and force push origin. I'm sure I'm the only one working on that project, so, or on the repo, so we're good. That's it for today. So let me read you. This idea, mijo, the big PG and pond like thing, actually peak. It's almost like Nick's a game dev or something. Yeah, who would have guessed? Maybe Nick is a game dev. Yeah, stream is ending. Stream is ending. So thank you guys for joining. Really appreciate it. And today was a good day, even though it doesn't seem like we did a lot of progress. We actually did. It's just most of the progress is on the back end. A lot of things to set up to make all the animations work. But we should probably be able to make more progress on. Well, tomorrow we're gonna finish the other part of the animation, and yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining. Nick sent yeah, Nick sent a link on the chat. So if you're not already on the Discord server, join. I know you'll have a good time if you enjoy the stream. And that's it. Thank you again, and see you next time, which is tomorrow, by the way. Bye bye. Take care. And yeah, I just noticed that the IST time is still incorrect. I thought I changed it, but yeah, I'll have to take care of that during the weekend. Bye bye, people. Take care. Bye, Mijo. Bye, Mr. Ducky. Bye, Nick.